Nice, Ryan.
Welcome to Tavern Talk, a full spoiler live talk show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. Joining me as always is my brother Dan.
I don't know what the hell's happening.
TAVERN Tavern with the jazz hands and
I don't know what's happening.
Jansen the Gleeman. We will have Dad Swain join us soon, and we have a special guest we will announce when they
Bestie.
come. Welcome, everybody. We're talking episode 5 of Amazon's Wheel of Time adaptation, and this is season 3. But before we get into this special announcement, we have new merch. We have the Brother Dan on a wheel available in all sorts of products, and we have
incredible.
Bella. If you want any Bella merch,
I thought it was going to happen.
or any of the classics, go to our spread shop, and the link is in the description. Yes, we're very proud of this.
Very beautimous.
Great way to support the show. Get your gear before JordanCon.
Hell yeah, let's see some of you guys wearing it. I
Did
sure
we
will
Dad
be.
Swain?
That's one.
Hello.
Hey,
More announcements. During JordanCon, Brother Dan, I will not be there, unfortunately, but Brother Dan and Jansen will be hosting Watchinary. There will be prizes and gifts. Get a free sticker just by attending, and you might win a shirt if you are called up to participate. So
Yeah.
come on down.
keep that. We don't know when and where we're going to be. That hasn't been announced yet, but we'll let you know when we know.
We also do have pins that I am trying to save for people who we see in the chat a lot. So I'm trying to save it just for our friends, especially. So if you see me, ask for a pin.
And
Give
you
the
won't be able to miss us. We both stand out like Loyal and Gaul walking through the two rivers.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you will see us.
Does Jansen have a giant puppet head?
No, but I
we
do
shall
got a
see.
rather large noggin.
No, I'm about to say, giant head.
By the way, if I have to leave, there is a huge storm that's just hitting right now. I think tornado warnings just started going off, so I may lose power. But
be
I'm
safe.
staying until I don't.
Be very,
All right, well-
very safe.
Speaking of power, let's bring in our special guest, a powerful woman in her own right. All right, we're proud to bring
Yay.
in London Rivers, who has just been all over the shows. If you're in this community, you know how amazing she is when she talks Wheel of Time, and she's with us now. Thank you for joining us, London.
What up?
What's up,
London?
bestie?
Hi. Sorry, I'm late. I was finishing. I was finishing some schoolwork, and I've got really bad time management skills. So, yeah.
What are you studying?
I'm working on my master's in public administration.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see if I end up doing anything with it. But you know, I like to. I like to at least know stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's good to know stuff.
Hey,
Always good to know stuff.
education is always appreciated.
Right.
Well-
And anytime you spend learning and working on a degree, you're not wasting time. So well
Nope,
done.
Not at all.
Correct.
Well, welcome,
Thanks.
y'all. We have a full house to talk because this is a great episode. We're talking Tel'aran'rhiod. The last 2 episodes, I think, were amongst the most gratifying for book readers. We got Meridian and we got Tel'aran'rhiod.
We got Matt beating up Galad and Gawain.
Well, we got that, sure. But as far as like the last 2 episodes,
Yeah.
these are kind of, to me, you could tell that these were made by someone who at least knows about and could be a fan. I wasn't thinking that Rafe was much of a fan in the first season, to be honest. I'm like, if you liked it so much, why are you ruining it? But these episodes, I think, well, But these episodes, I think, are like, oh yeah, this guy understands and digs it and didn't do us dirty.
This is that's because they got the new guy, Hafe Rudkins. Hafe Rudkins knows a lot more than Rafe Judkins does, apparently.
No, I mean, hey, Rafe Judkins wrote the last episode, and that was my
amazing.
favorite ever.
I mean, I've got a lot of feelings about that. There was a lot that had to happen. And a lot of things, I'm pretty forgiving of the first like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
My look at it is, he had a ton of obstacles. We were dealing with COVID. We were dealing with Barney leaving. We were dealing with lots of things. We were dealing with people dying all over the world.
On a mass scale.
And just like London said, I'm like her. I'm pretty forgiving, especially when it comes to productions and stuff, when you got all these people trying to work together and build something like this. And what we have seen is a settling of people who probably really, really, really are having a lot of fun working together. And they're producing something incredible right now. And it's getting great.
I was going to say, and to add to that, their budget has increased so that it's allowing them to give us more. I mean, when you're looking at a show like this and you're getting an extra 7, 8, 9 minutes an episode, that's a lot. I mean, every episode this season has been long.
Totally. Yeah. And then as you were talking about with budget, if you remember back in season 1 when Nynaeve exploded with the power, right?
Yep.
If you put that in contrast to Latra exploding with the power in Roidion, the difference is night and day. It's night and day.
She's practically a god.
One of my things was a friend of mine that is a book reader and watches the show. I was telling her because I said, have you watched the 11 minutes? This is when we first got that. She goes, no, I haven't. I said, well, I'm just going to tell you this. They spent more in that 11 minutes the entire first 2 seasons for everything. I said, it shows.
Oh, it showed.
Yeah.
I think they knew they were against the ropes, and so far this season has been successful. It has been watched by more viewers. It is getting better ratings as far as critical stuff. I read that in Rotten Tomatoes it has a 97%, which is really, really high.
That's
really high.
And so hopefully they see that the more that they invest into this, and truthfully, the more that they stay true to the book, if they can, the better it is, and they are going to be successful.
Yeah, guys, why do you think it is that we haven't gotten the season 4 announcement yet?
I think that they're going to announce it at JordanCon.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Or maybe isn't Yosha is actually doing first Comic-Con as a Wheel of Time person in Poland, I think.
Yeah, one of those things. They're announcing it at an event.
Yeah.
They're actually at my house right now. No.
Are they hiding behind the wig?
Make them wait.
I believe that they may surprise us and announce 2 more seasons.
That would be freaking crazy.
I think the way that these actors are going to grow is going to help this a lot. Because the contrast between when we watch the first season and when we watch the last season already, you can see how they're growing. Something that they had to do in the books as well.
Yeah. Knuckles brought up, it's not Poland, it's Romania, I think, is where the Comic-Con is happening. Also, I mean, I saw, this is huge. I mean, the show is getting so big now, and it's getting, a lot bigger budget, and we're getting way, bigger things. I mean, the ratio of the screen is different. It's shot on different stuff. And somebody I saw today, and I forgot, I really want to give credit, but I don't recall where I saw this. Somebody was like, we're waiting for the next or the true defining moment for fantasy battles, right? Talking about the 2 rivers, but yet they were showing the Battle of the Bastards. And I think the 2 rivers fight may put that down, although that was a pretty insane.
I think that it's going to be a lot different than we believe.
You think it's going to be quick?
No, I'm not.
I need the points, man.
I think that it is going to be 3 distinct armies.
So you think? Okay, all right. No, I'll let you go. Go for it.
I think it's going to be 3 distinct armies, and then I think that half the White Cloaks are going to join with the Two Rivers, half of them aren't, and that's how Perrin gets them. It's got to happen quick. And
do you think Perrin gets the White Cloaks this early?
I think it's very either he gets them or he wipes them off the face of the earth.
Well, I mean, we see in the trailers and the teasers that we see the White Cloaks fighting in the background.
Yeah.
Right, when he's fighting the Trollocs.
Yeah.
So we know they're fighting together. So that might be the difference from the books, because in the books they were like, no, you guys fight. We're just going to watch you.
Yeah.
Which was stupid.
Do we think that Thane is going to be leading the Trollocs?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, where is that man?
I haven't heard the whistle in years.
I know. I forgot how to whistle.
Where is he? Like, and you know, he disappeared for inordinate weird times in the books too, but
we haven't gotten
him by now.
We have not gotten the Thane from the books.
You're right. And I
we
mean,
have not, and one of the posters, I believe we actually talked about this on one of the other shows. One of the posters shows Thane in a White Cloak uniform.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna get him. We just haven't seen him yet.
Look at TAVERN getting detailed on that ass, man.
Get detailed on that ass.
Detailed ass is my specialty.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
But I think he's actually dressed as a questioner because there was red in his outfit.
Okay.
I want to bring up one of the new things, and it was in the cold open of this episode, was the Sakan or Sakarnan.
Yep.
Sakarnan. And this thing, and Moiraine's just playing with it. She stole it from the tree. She found it and took it. It wasn't hers. And she's just playing with it, fucking around. And the thing is wily. It's a bit unpredictable. How do you think that's going to work out? Let's talk, I guess, predictions of the Sakarnan.
Well, you got to remember that
I love that picture.
she was taught that all Angreal, Tongreal, and Sangreal are property of the tower.
Yep, that is true.
That's some colonial shit right there. Come on.
He snagged that shit quicker than hell.
It most certainly is some colonial shit, but it is the truth.
Wait, wasn't it Matt Stagger who put that in the chat last time when we talked, or in one of the other chats that I was in? They were saying that it's like it's in the British Museum right now.
Oh, there was
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
It was so good.
So
this thing, we learned that we know that it's dangerous to play with things of such power. She's doing it, and when it's working, it's working. Lan kind of saved her and says that he felt euphoria and hunger or thirst. Is this
you know what?
Yeah,
I have something from the books that might be explaining something. So in the books, remember, around this time, Rand and Moiraine start coming back together, and she says to him, remember in Falm, she says to him, I've become more dangerous. Now, she became more dangerous in the books because she went to go see Idalis and Vandene, and she learned how to use balefire. Now, what's to say that she just lived 100,000 lives, that she didn't learn anything in them?
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh, she should know like every like bit of channeling that she could have ever possibly learned right now.
Yeah.
But, as far as like the hunger and stuff goes, I'm wondering if that Sangreal has a buffer or not. They haven't said that there's any safety on it, but like it might just be that there's just so much power going through it that like it's just hard to kind of steer. It'd be like. It's like you go from driving a Prius and then you have to drive a Mack truck and figure out how to do that in a day. It would be a little bit.
She was pretty much burning up like Nynaeve was.
Yeah. So there was a weird. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I feel like maybe she was because I've seen that where people are like she was getting close to getting burnt out, and I don't know if I buy that exactly because the way that she described the sensation, the hunger and thirst and like euphoria, that's just from having that much of the one power in her and being
true.
we're all addicts, right?
And it's exactly what Rand described.
Well, but it also, remember in the first season, it happened to
Leanne.
to Anglemar's
Oh, that's true.
sister.
And
Amarissa could not handle.
Oh, right.
So maybe no buffers at all in this.
Yeah,
show.
and we got a quote from Viren in, I believe it was The Great Hunt, when she told Ingtar, there's only like 6 women that can use one of these things right now at the tower, and 2 of them are untrained, or 3 of them are untrained.
Yeah.
And she was talking about Egwene, Elaine, and Nynaeve, Moiraine,
probably
Siuan, and somebody else.
Maybe Elida.
Elida,
Actually,
or
Elida wasn't at the
Catherine.
tower. Yeah. The other cool thing that the Sarkanan shows us in that particular scene, and we've seen this in the last few episodes. So anytime we see any magic from the Age of Legends, it is crisp, it is precise, it is beautiful, it's not chaotic. And then we see what the Aes Sedai in the present time are doing. And I said it's, I don't remember where I said, but it was like a difference between Darth Vader's lightsaber and Kylo Ren's lightsaber, right?
Yeah, the detail.
And then we see the power of the Age of Legends again. We know that Latra was using it in Ruidian. We saw the size and the scope of her using that with the fog, with creating the columns. You look at Moiraine almost burning out, and she literally made a circle that was maybe 50 feet around.
That's true.
Now that does go in logic with the physics of the books. If she was that powerful, then she could have lived that long, right?
Yeah.
Well, it does seem that the Aes Sedai of legend are more powerful. Lada lived up for at least 1,000 years, if she was at both events, which is something that the Aes Sedai that we knew do not do. And for her to create the fog in the city where Moiraine was still sensing the weaves in the ground, she's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like the whole thing is still having these little weaves, but it dissipates. That I wonder if the Choden Ball, I'm going to call it because I struggle with Sarkanan, if that was like still creating, it like was solar powered, so it just worked on its own and was still creating fog, and if the fog's going to dissipate eventually, and or probably not, but
they haven't talked about it yet, but maybe those are tied off, right? We haven't heard of that in the show yet.
Yeah.
But there's a possibility that those were tied off, which is why Moiraine actually noticed. Now we know that it was Latra that channeled. We know that the Sarkanan on the show is the strongest Sangreal for females, right? So that's maybe why Rand couldn't see what she was seeing, because it was channeled by Latra. You see what I'm saying? It's just remnants from all the stuff that she created.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
yeah. Well, and as far as I think that makes sense that it's just like a tied off weave kind of. I mean, in the books, the fog lifts at one point. Also,
when
we
Rand
haven't gotten to that point, but but like the fog does lift, and it's like triggered by whatever happens. That obviously does that, but I mean, same with like Kalendor. It's like
the fight between Asmodean and him.
Yeah, I don't remember why the fog lifts after that fight, though. Do you?
He creates the lake, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that when he creates the lake and the fog lifts?
And fills the fountains and all the stuff.
Is that why the fog lifts? Is that he created the lake?
It's because he brought life to Ruidian, so the fog.
Well, his own quote in his head is. Remember, his own quote in his head is, "Wherever I go, always I destroy. Always I destroy." That was what he said right after he did it. So
it seems like there's something like specific there. Like there's a tied off weave that was destroyed and all of that as well. But same with Kalendor. It's protected by stuff that had for thousands of years, and then you just go and one person goes and grabs it. So
do we assume that Moiraine knows what she's playing with?
I'm gonna say yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think she knew to look for it.
Well, she
Not only
sees
that, but-
herself using
Go
it.
ahead.
Remember?
Yeah.
We see her
Yeah, yeah.
using it.
And she's I mean, she's kind of, not that you can hide it from the Aiel in the desert because they're freaking everywhere, but she's going off by herself somewhere. One, for safety, but two, that's kind of her own little private thing that she's testing out. She knows exactly what that thing is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, she could
I mean-
sense it too, like in the like she could. I mean, anything that powerful is kind of that. That was similar when she went and found it. That was almost similar to Rand in the books when he saw the Shodan Call and like was drawn to it. I think that
Yep.
she's so she would.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah, I assume that. I mean, obviously she knows it's magical. She probably felt its power, but I wonder if, after 1,000 years, does knowledge of something just disappear? Or is it was that like the Ark of the Covenant or the Horn of Valir or Kalendor that people know?
Well,
and
I mean,
it just goes on in legend.
there were certain Sangreal, Terangreal, and Ungreal that they knew about, and Sarangreal are like the rarest, right? There's very few of those, and if they've been around since the Age of Legends, that's going to get passed on, and passed down. The smaller stuff, that's why you have things, and Varen is keeping track of everything in the 13. He's trying to figure out what all that stuff does. I mean,
Well,
but
we
the
know
big
in the
stuff, they
book,
would know.
in the books, and it seems like it's possible that they also do it this way in the show. In the books, in the Age of Legends, every time they made an Angreal, they made two. One for a man and one for a woman. Every time they made one. And in fact, if you go through the entire book series, you can find a counterpart of every single one. And which I think is awesome, actually. I think that's super cool, and I think it's really good. And the only exception to that is Kalendor. And I believe that they are going to, obviously they already changed that. And that makes me speculate that there's probably one more object out there that uses the true power. And I believe that's probably, they're going to say that's what Lanfear used to bore the drill in the first place.
So can I ask you guys a question?
Please?
Right. So if we do get the water scene, right, where the lake is created, who do you think is going to bring it?
Maybe that's when. Well, I mean, Lanfear is kind of. I mean, there's going to be some tension there.
Yeah, I think that it'll be Moiraine bringing it.
That's my thought. Yeah.
Just like she brought the dragon.
Yeah. So you think she's gonna? Oh, that would be cool. She represents all the major elements. Like she's the one that that brings the big stuff.
Well, she's the one. I mean, I believe she's gonna do it because that's what she did to help him with the last season. I think she's gonna do the same.
Technically, we've gotten fire, right? This last episode, we literally got earth.
Yep.
Sand with the sandstorm.
Yeah.
Water would be cool. I don't know. I mean, have we gotten air from her yet?
She did
Any
create
major?
the fog, or she created the whirlpool
from Elaine and the Sea Folk.
That's true.
And
she created the whirlpool at Terran's Ferry as well. So
That
I
is
guess
true.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jansen. I interrupted.
Oh no, I was going to say, because I was actually jumping forward a little bit, but I have to say it was such a fantastic choice to not only have different channelers channeling differently, but using different motions and different. This is something that makes cinema and television and film a fucking amazing. And what they are doing with the Sea Folk is amazing.
Well, let's talk about Sea Folk right now.
So beautiful.
This was fun as a book reader. We got some comic relief from Nynaeve. Jansen, you called it.
Told you guys
she was going to just
happen.
be miserable, complaining, and barfing, and that's
And
exactly what we got.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is pretty amazing. I love how Matt is
go
like trying. I'm sorry. I'm saying I love how Matt is like consistently like running from the smell of it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
This channeling is the most energetic, the most that seems like an interpretive spiritual dance, which makes a lot of sense with air weaves, right? And with the flow of air. Elaine notices they're cooking. She's like, is that the fingers already? Taishar.
Yeah.
And make it a gigantic, which I think is going to be a huge quote in the future for Nynaeve and Elaine from the Seafolk Windfinder that said, there are many ways to channel, many ways to be a woman.
Yeah.
And you saw how thoughtful that was for them. Excuse me. I
So
think that's gonna be
are we going to get an anger block with Nynaeve, or is it going to be control?
I think it's control because she hasn't. I think it has to be the control thing at this
Absolutely.
point. Because her character, she's not an angry. The way that she's playing, she's not coming off that way. Just like
in London,
and
can you
actually,
imagine
I'm good with
being
it.
like London? Can you imagine being that kind of actor, like to have to do that the whole time? It's almost impossible.
Yeah, to just be enraged all the
It would-
time.
yeah,
Like, it
impossible.
would be exhausting.
It would be like I don't know, portraying a blacksmith with zero emotion for 3 seasons. It would suck.
Right. and it would be really hard for the audience to like her, because the reason we like her lots of times in the books, not all the time, but lots of times in the books, is because we get all of that inner monologue. But when you're watching something, you can't hear what people are thinking when they're being an asshole.
Exactly.
And
So how many people thought that as soon as she said we shouldn't be at the fingers this fast, immediately went, they're on a Seafolk ship?
Oh, of course.
I was like, I was so
for us
excited.
book readers. That's for us book readers now.
I know, I was so excited.
Because that's
Also,
right out of the books. That's right out of the books. That was a great quote.
Yeah, I think with Nynaeve too, the times that we've seen her channel, she has been angry, and then the times that we've had her blocked, it's much more the conversations around it have been about control or surrender or things like that. So I do think it's about the control, because we saw Leandrin piss her off, and so she channeled. We saw when she was in March and Shin, it was like fear, anger, and also when Lan was injured, it was fear and anger as well. And so she just blasted.
And Coin literally said it. She was like, "You don't look like a person who likes to give up control." And freaking Elaine lost her shit.
Yeah, like, oh yeah.
Right. She's like, snort, guffaw.
Guffaw.
Yeah, well, and I mean, what is anger? Like that kind of anger, but a loss of control, right?
Exactly.
So like, every time she's really so scared that she can't hold on to her emotions, or so angry that she can't, then she can channel. That actually makes sense in the control thing. So
I like this Nynaeve. Well, all right, fine. I'll put myself out there. I am not a huge Nynaeve fan in the books. I think she's a bully, and if she never left the Two Rivers, it would have been a horrible, horrible place to live with her.
They had their flaws.
I love this Nynaeve so much more. This Nynaeve, Matt comes to her, and she's the only one he can come to. He's like, I can't sleep. I got this screaming in my head. It sounds like a fairground. People are on the tilt-a-whirl, just
Yeah. Go ahead.
And Nynaeve's like, yeah, I'll help you. I don't know how, but I'll help you. This Nynaeve, I guess there's elements of her from the book certainly there, but this one seems more empathetic and more caring and more approachable from the Two River folk that I like. I like this Nynaeve better. I'm glad she's not tugging her braid, man.
Well, I mean, in the show, she's still truly their wisdom. Like in the books, it kind of got away where all the characters are like, oh, the wisdom. Yeah. Here, they accept that she's the wisdom. They go to her because she's still their wisdom.
Well, she's about to meet her nemesis very soon.
Yeah, she is.
Personally,
and I think her nemesis is going to piss her off.
Let me address this question real fast. So Christian Rapper says, why are they making channeling like a dance? And I think that what we saw with the Windfinders was that they were channeling enough wind to power a boat, and not only a boat, but a big boat. That's my big boat. And going super fast. So she was doing like moving the weaves in this frenetic style that, because of the size of it, right? But if she wanted to just blast someone with air, she didn't have to do that shit. She could have just gone.
So I think. Oh, go ahead, Tavern.
I was gonna say, just a quick observation. To me, when I saw her up there channeling, the first thought I got from the lights and the way she was moving was the Aurora Borealis. Like seriously, the colors and the scale of it. She was moving like an aurora, which is in the sky. It was, to me, it was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
Well, she was.
Hi.
Sorry, let me just.
Go ahead.
I feel like there's a difference between. So if you look at the way that, well, pretty much anyone has channeled up until we saw the Sea Folk, it's been the weaves have been very close to the body, or protruding from the body.
Yeah.
And what we saw with the Sea Folk was that she's literally like the epitome of surrender. She is moving the weaves around her, even when she did the air. It wasn't like around her hands or anything. It was just around her. And so she's manipulating and moving, but like the other sea folk, like the sail mistress said, you know, the way that the sea folk channel is they just give themselves to the ocean basically. And so she's just moving these huge weaves of air and spirit and whatever. And then she, you know, like throws them up in the air, and it is a dance because she's lost control, even though she's truly
Nerd.
channeling.
And, you know, it's also, you know, this is why I do believe Rafe Judkins is a huge fan of these books.
Yeah.
See, because you can ask this question, but this is taken directly from the books. And if you remember in, what was it, Crown of Swords, when Karuna walks in embarrassed in front of Catswin, and she's in front of her and Cerelia, Catswin asks Cerelia, do you think you can teach her new ways to channel? And Cerelia says straight to her, I don't know. The way that you guys move your hands like this way and that way is different. You know, so it's different for different cultures. And I love the way that they're showing that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because we all know that it's not necessary to move at all. You should be able, like, you can channel all the same weaves just with your hands firmly at your sides. But there's, I think, a psychological thing to it too. So, and I don't know. I think that, like, there's when you think about the fact that the one power is so euphoric, especially if you're a woman and it's not tainted by all of dark one sludge, like, then like that kind of joy too, it would make sense to kind of want to do something like physically with it. And then people would learn that way, and then because like they really look like they enjoy themselves, and it would be hard, I think, to get into your head and be like, I can do all of this without even moving.
I mean, and they gave us so much exposition and so many things in those, with the banter between everyone, and so many of the scenes, from the way that the sea folks make deals to the reason why they don't let Aes Sedai on deck, for so many different reasons. It was awesome how they did it very quickly too.
And what I was going to say, what London was saying with the psychological, we got all that information. They gave us that in season 1 from the most unpleasant of sources in Valda, because how do you know it? You have to know your enemy, right? And he knows that they use their hands, and it jacks them up if you take their hands.
How about Abdul Salis giving us a guy we cannot stand?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, in fact, Ellen, come to think of it,
the
only channeling we've seen that it did not include motion, I believe, was Ishi on the tower.
Well,
wasn't he just
nobody?
there?
Have you ever seen anyone smile and frown at the same time the way that he can do it?
Oh, who Valda? Yeah,
Abdul Salis. He frowns and smiles at the same time. And it's the best.
And
it's the best.
Ryan, we actually got that from one other person.
Egwene.
We get it from Rand when he takes out Turok. He doesn't do any gestures. He just stands there, and the rockets just go out.
And Egwene too
is trying to, like she definitely is. When Varen is teaching her the sifting weave, she's like, "You have 2 hands," and she's like, "I didn't come here to do this."
The Sanche too. He took them out quick.
But even like when like if she burns the ropes off of Perrin.
Yeah, but that was a tiny spark. But you're right.
She didn't move her hands for that. She moved her hand to throw the fireball to distract it. But the rope being burned was she sat
no, that's true.
quietly.
Yeah,
that is true.
Then she does use emotion, like when she blasts the mirror. She definitely does this kind of thing.
Yeah, now she seems to.
Yeah, I think that's in panic mode. In panic mode, you're gonna react. But to get back to the movements and stuff, real quick, the Windfinders, and please don't hate me, nerds. I know you're out there. Don't hate me when I say this, but they channel like they're leaves on the wind.
I hate you.
Oh, they do.
Get your pitchforks, guys.
Watch how they
How
suffer.
very
What's wrong?
dare you.
Why would
No,
anyone
just-
kill you for that? What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Have you
Are
ever
we- are
watched? Have you not watched Firefly?
I love Firefly.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Yeah.
But like, what's wrong
the
with?
movie?
But like, what's wrong with quoting Serenity?
Oh, because of what happens when that quote was stated
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
movie.
It's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that was traumatic for all of us, but I like.
I'm
the
still
quoting.
traumatized by it.
I have a T-shirt that says that on it. It's like
I'm a leaf on the wind.
All right, sticking to this scene, they make the Aes Sedai stay below decks, and then they're channeling like Chernobyl above decks. Why are
Yeah.
the Aes Sedai not feeling this?
Yeah,
They
good point.
they can't sense it in the show. I
Yeah.
keep
They
trying
don't
to
have
say
the
this.
same physics. It does not have the same
Yeah.
because, and we know that from the very beginning because Leandrin
Yeah.
says we knew nothing of Nynaeve's Almira's skills. She said
Yep.
it flat out, so we know
Yep.
that physics is different.
Well, the fact that Moghedian pops in during, at the end of Lanfear's little meeting with Robin and Samael didn't feel that. Moiraine didn't feel it when Lanfear basically teleported behind her and Lan. I mean, they
Right.
consistently showed that they are not feeling other people channeling or other females channeling. At least Aes Sedai aren't.
Let me ask you, Lyndon. To me, this is undefined. Can people who cannot channel or can female channelers see male channel? Are these weaves visible to normal people?
No, because we know this because Lan, when Moiraine is shielded and that is tied off, Lan tells Rand to look at her and see if he can see anything.
Yep.
And then Rand can see it, but none
Nice.
of the other Aes Sedai have been able to see it. Lan can't see it, but Rand can, which means that the laymen, the civilians or whatever, people that can channel, I don't think can see the weaves.
Okay.
And but they can feel the effects. And I wish the
Yeah.
show would kind of show that more, but I feel like it's really clear there that like they can't really see what everyone is doing. They can see all of the effects of it, but they
See,
can't
it seems
what
like to me that Egwin was like, Rand, let go when he broke the mirrors.
because he looked like a psycho.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
maybe.
standing there looking like a weirdo.
He's like,
Yeah, because he's
"Oh."
standing there looking the way that people look. I mean, I'm guessing.
Logain does the like a million suns, and he's cast. There's a shadow and stuff. Like it
That's
seems
not
like you
from
can see
channeling. That's not from channeling. That was from Nynaeve being. I've said
it.
this
To
before.
Varen?
I think that is the moment because if you look at the explosion, if you look at the screen carefully, there's the Aes Sedai symbol in the explosion, and I think that's the moment she became Tavern because Moiraine says there are 4 Tavern in the 2 rivers, and then later Padden Fane says you're all 5 of you are.
Okay.
Well,
And,
and
and we
that,
know that Logain can see Tavern because he says it in a later episode.
yeah, but also like I think that within that light explosion, you can see weaves of the power happening. So I do think he saw the light, but I do not think he saw the healing weaves of the power.
Right,
Mm.
right. Yeah, it was the light of the Tavern. Yeah, because they talk about it a lot, right? How bright they are when you know he'll be like the light of a million or whatever.
Mhm.
And it's
LED
just
light.
yeah, and they explained it when they talk about the intro for season 1 with the weaves coming down, and all of a sudden you have that yellow weave that shoots out and starts fixing it. And they said Tavern are created when something has happened, in the pattern that needs to be corrected, right? So they can fix it. And in that moment, Logain killing all of those people was not beneficial to what the pattern needed for the show. All those people needed to survive. So they created a freaking Tavern right there.
Yeah, or at least needed Moiraine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. At least Moiraine. Yep. That's
Okay.
I mean, that's. Oh, and Rand, I think, can see female weaves. He can't see what the weave is, but I think he can see like a blank. Because when, and I think I don't know. I'm sure I've mentioned this before. When Lanfear is sitting astride Rand in the cabin right before Moiraine takes her out, she's going she's doing this, and she's like, "I'm a monster too." He's looking at her arms, and his face is moving like he's following something when he shouldn't be seeing it. Her arms aren't moving.
Okay.
I was
Well, I think
curious
he can
about
see
that
it.
because I don't even know that was Saidar, because the way that that was shimmering around her, it didn't have any form or color or anything like
Yeah,
that.
there was no color on the bottom. At the top,
I
there was
wonder
flame.
if
Yeah,
she was using the true power or using whatever, and that was Rand kind of tapping into that.
yeah, maybe. But he could definitely see something.
Yeah,
So do you think that Rand can see the true power?
I do.
Okay.
But I don't think he knows what it is, or
That makes
what
a
he's-
lot of sense. That'll
Yeah.
make sense. I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
can concur with that. Yeah.
And that's the only time that if that was the true power, that's the only time really that he's been around it to look at it, so he wouldn't have known what it was, or even to ask. Really, I think.
I'm actually confused by that whole thing, right? Because to me, and I'm still kind of on the fence about this until somebody can explain it to me properly. I wasn't sure she was using Saidar, or I thought she was using Saidar. I didn't think she was using the one power. I didn't think the one power kicked in until the Dark One touched her and brought her back to life. That's when I think we saw the true power. But everybody keeps saying, "Oh no, she was using the true power." I don't remember them being able to do that, and maybe I'm just having
Are
a
you
mental
talking in the
break.
book?
I think
In the
that's a
book or
show
the
thing.
show. Yeah, it's a show thing.
Well, we
I don't
know
think
that they could
handle
use
the
it.
one power.
We know they could use it in the Age of Legends because
Right.
we know that Agenor had to use it to do some of the shit that he did.
Okay, see, that's
So I
why
believe
I had
that-
forgotten that.
And I think that Mogideon has to be using it now
Yeah,
to
and
make
she just
Greyman.
got released, and then
because she's the only
well,
one who knows how to do it.
But even when she just got released, she made her little portal out of the true power and disappeared. So I feel like they're tapped into it as soon as they got released from the seals in the show. Sorry,
Okay.
show specific. And so I do think Landfair was using that, because she also said, I'm a monster as well, and so Saidar wouldn't really necessarily make her a monster, but she could be like, I'm a monster too. Look at this true power that I'm using.
Right. Well, and if Rand can see it, that means he could already use the true power, which kind of tracks for the Dark One's character, because for whatever reason, the Dark One is kind of a simp for Luce Theron all the time. Isn't he? Like it's like, oh, bring him to me. Like he wants him on his team more than
I
anything.
want him.
Weird. It's
Well, we know
it's
what
the
the-
one that got away. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's two main plot points I still want to talk about. One is Elida. What Elida's doing, she gets caught into a trap. They think that she might be Black Aja. I don't know. Elida's. I don't know what to make of it either. She comes in, she's like, "Well, I don't want to talk to you." Dead.
Okay. To me, that's an easy answer. But it's still confusing because we don't know if she's still Dark, and as a Dark Friend, she could kill them without even thinking about it. But as an Aes Sedai, she can still kill them because they are known shadow spawn. They are Dark Friends, and she can take them the hell out.
Yeah.
Is
So
a Dark
you're
Friend
still-
shadow spawn?
They're different,
but-
but it's
So they're
it's covered under
considered.
the oath.
Yeah.
What?
It's not.
What?
They are touched. They are
no, hold
touched.
on.
They
It's
are
in the
touched.
contract. It's in the contract. Let's look at the wording.
I thought it was they had to be under threat.
No, in the books, if an Aes Sedai thinks someone is a Dark Friend, they can use the one power. They
They just take
established
them the hell
that when Elida beats the crap out of Egwene with the one power.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That was her excuse.
But the third oath specifically says to use the power against a Dark Friend or Shadow Spawn or the last extreme life, or the last extreme, part of life from her water or another Aes Sedai. So specifically, it's kind of like if you know this person is a Dark Friend, you can axe them.
And Amico
Or
did
they're a
admit
Dark
to her. Amico
Right.
did admit to her full-fledged that she was a Dark and she would defend her sisters before she killed her.
Yeah. And
I love that actress.
just for
by the way.
future reference, I will refer to all Dark Friends as Shadow Spawn because that's what I've always done. And they're nasty. I don't like them.
Shadow pals, we prefer.
The only
need to
being in the books
Okay.
that could detect them all were Padden Fane. Was Padden
Yeah.
Fane.
But he was kind of Padden Fane was its own entity.
Yeah, he was a
in and of
hybrid
himself.
of everything.
So
yeah.
yeah.
Electric and hybrid.
And I'm very disappointed in Padden Fane right now. Like super disappointed.
Where
The
is-
closest we got to book Padden Fane was in the freaking Dark Friend social. Aside from that, we've gotten a freaking just a half.
Well, his true master's gone, so I think they're going to start treating him pretty poorly.
Yeah, I want creepy weirdo Patty.
I know.
That's where he's coming. He's coming.
Well, does he have
Guys-
a dagger? Because I don't know where the dagger is, and nobody's
It's
talking
in the-
about the
it's in the
dagger.
tower.
And so, is it in the tower?
Yeah, Moiraine took it from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Patton Fane, in the books, it ends up in the tower too. So
Yeah.
Has the true danger of the gray men really come through for you guys?
Sort of.
Yeah.
I think that they're using them how they were used in the books.
Mm-hmm.
there's
That's
always a
exactly-
competency issue with them, right? Even in
Yeah,
the books,
they're not the
it's like
smartest
Greymen
people.
Greymen should be way more effective than they end up being. All
Right.
the like you get told like gray men do or sneak right through, but they always kind of end up seeing them at the
Yeah,
last.
they're always dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're always dead.
I really
and-
think it would drive it home if there was a scene where the gray man was literally walking around and through everyone, and they just could not.
Like
And then-
the first time we see them in the bubble of
Yeah,
evil.
and they're always
Yeah.
sort of in the background, or even when the one that attacked Nynaeve.
You guys,
came
do you guys
into-
did you guys see the shot of the first time the gray man actually appears in that episode?
in the
Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's
stairway?
behind. It's
But it's
behind such and
behind.
such on the stairs." Nope.
There's
There's
one in
a
the
scene
window.
with the boys in that bar, and
Yeah.
across the street,
And he's across the
behind one of the
street.
windows, the gray man is staring at him.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's what
pretty
we
cool.
need from the gray men to drive home like what they are is we need to see somebody actually look right at them and then look past
past
them.
them. Yeah.
We need like
Mhm.
that because
Yeah.
right now the gray men are kind of slipping around in the background, and
Yeah.
what makes them scary is actually the fact that like they can be right in front of you and you may not see them. And
Right.
I don't think we've seen that in the show. I don't know how you do
They-
that like cinematically.
Mhm.
They
but-
did it. They did it when they first focus on the gray man walking. He kind of is there and he disappears and then he's there again. And you see him as he's walking. It's not people don't see him, but we see him do that. But it's not the same as, like you said, a physical character presently looking at them and not seeing them. Not to mention, like me, it was cool that. And by the way, we're all in agreement that was Jaichim that got smoked
Yes.
in the room there.
Jayachim.
Joachim Carradine, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was Carradine.
so the sad thing about that whole thing was, yeah, it was cool that he popped out of the shadows, but we've seen so many people infiltrate the White Tower that didn't mean shit,
Yeah.
right? You had the Black Ajah's already infiltrated the White Tower. You've got these people come. It's just freaking crazy.
I think you just walk into the White Tower. It's like a mall.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
concur.
I'm gonna go to watch
Yeah, I
that.
mean, that's another
What
thing.
the mall?
Has anyone seen any of the tower guards yet?
No,
Yeah, no.
Tower doesn't
Wait,
have
no.
guards.
We have when they brought
Yes, we have.
was-
And they
Oh,
brought
like
Logain
Logain.
ahead. They were women.
Logain in.
They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
women, but
Now they're all
they were
in.
women.
And
There
you
are
see
women
them
and there's,
standing
like,
in the
kind of-
hallway sometimes.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of split on the show. So you guys, let me get your input. I think that they had I think that Moiraine and Swan, when Moiraine visited her dream, that they had makeup sex, and
After
Jansen thinks that they had breakup sex.
Oh.
Makeup
I
or
think
breakup sex? Is
that's
that the
it.
question?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
makeup
that's
or
it. They
breakup?
will never
Oh,
see each
breakup.
other again. They
Breakup.
will never see each other again.
100%.
They didn't have sex.
No,
They will.
just make.
Oh, I think they might have had sex. Definitely. I mean, she said "I love you," and it left in an embrace. So I mean, yeah, they probably were fucking. But I
Yeah.
mean, I still say that was it. Was
Yeah, but
still
I
it.
mean,
Nah.
how
They,
long-
didn't-
okay.
they were too emotional for sex in that moment. Just
It was a dream.
That's
You,
I know,
you
but
just
it's-
believe it and it
Even though
happens.
there.
Either
Really,
way,
women-
either way, that was it.
Sad, we don't. I don't know.
Okay, so hypothetically,
Really,
if they had sex, London, was it makeup or breakup sex?
They're done.
It was breakup. I think
Yeah.
that was an actual goodbye.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
they're never going to see each other again.
Oh, and by
They
the way,
will
the
never
second,
see each other again.
the second thing that Moiraine did not tell her when she said, "I have two things that I know for certain." One was that the dragon, blah blah blah. Two is I'm gonna freaking die.
Mhm.
And I don't know if this is spoilers or not. It might be.
I'm sorry.
There
Are we like were we not?
Book
spicy
spoilers to
spoiled?
like book 5 or something, right? Is what
Oh,
we
Yeah,
okay.
through book 5.
Sorry about that.
So
No,
the,
fine.
you haven't said anything, I don't think. there's a line that Moiraine says in the show that that is very important, and I'll say the line. I won't say why. You guys should know why, and people who read the books in chat would know why. But she says a line on this episode where, I am not at the last battle, and she keeps repeating, "I am not at last battle."
Mm-hmm.
The wording on that is very curious.
I actually like this scene a lot.
Oh,
I don't think they know what the last battle is.
Who?
That's a good point.
Anybody?
But
Nobody knows.
No. But it won't. It doesn't. The spoiler wouldn't be for the last battle. It would be for something else. Here, I'll put it in our private chat. So you guys.
Yeah, I think I get what you're talking about.
I mean, I
get
think
what
I
you're
do.
talking about.
Yeah.
I think
what I like about that scene is like you could sense her desperation and her disappointment and the ego to where she's like, this is gonna happen without me. I'm important and this is gonna happen without me. And not a bad ego, but just she's gonna have to learn to let go as well, I guess, in this scenario.
Well, you've lived your whole life for something.
Mm-hmm.
Find out that you don't get to see it through.
20 years.
Here's the other thing, though. Here's the other
I
thing.
put it
though.
in the chat there.
It's very, very possible that she is. I think it's very, very possible that. Oh my God. Maybe.
What I
Go
read.
on.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I've got things about, but we can't even say it. Why'd you put that in the
Yeah. I disagree.
Why did I
with
put it
that
in your
one,
mind? I'm so sorry.
But
This is what I think. I think just like every other prophecy or interpretation, that it's very possible she's getting it wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody I mean, we've already heard Matt tell Min to her face.
So good. That was
you turned. Oh, your mic's off. Jansen, your mic
Jansen,
just
your
turned
mic went off. Did you tap it?
Maybe it got unplugged or something.
Got all excited.
There you go.
Nope, not yet.
He's gonna have to reset it in the thing, I think. Yeah, Matt telling her that her visions are wrong are the best thing ever.
Yeah, he's like, good thing you're shit at
I
not
didn't kill Rand.
Yeah, and I'm not killing myself.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah.
There you are.
Awesome.
But I do like this thing where like Min's interpretations of things are kind of
left
Well,
interpretation.
see, I think later on in the series, she's going to get better at reading them. Everybody's growing. Remember, through this entire series in the books, everybody grows.
True, but Min has been doing it longer. Min's been doing it since she was a kid, so she should be pretty good at it. 2, we didn't actually see in her vision Matt kill Rand. We saw Matt stab Rand, and he went to the ground.
Yeah, but she's a
That's
character.
all we saw.
And every character in every film, every show has to have an arc.
No,
She has
that's
to have
fine.
something.
But what I'm saying, when Matt did finally stick Rand, the dagger literally went into him and he dropped to the ground, which is exactly what was seen in the vision. He wasn't
That's
there
true.
to hold him, though.
Is it the same dagger?
But she
he
did
dreamt
tell him.
about?
She said, "You kill him." She said, "You kill him," though.
Because
she
that's
did
how
tell
she.
him.
I mean,
interpret
I don't know.
But I like
guys-
that she can make mistakes because because Bookman, and they established it early. Okay, because this isn't a spoil, but like it's in like book 3 where like she's like, I see the Tinker Woman with blood all over her face, and Perrin's like, maybe it was because she got hit in the head, and then she gets hit in the head, and Min's like, when I see something and I know
When I
it's
know,
true,
I
that's
know.
what happens.
Yeah.
When
But in this episode, we even see her saying, "I'm trying to figure out how to change it."
Yeah.
She says that too. You know, she says
So this,
that.
this path for Min is an interesting one for me. I like the struggle that she is having. I think that she had it in the books, but it wasn't really defined. She was like, "Oh yeah, this is a real drag. I hate talking about it," but she didn't really get into like the trauma behind it that this Min is kind of showing us
Right.
to where she is making deals with the devil to get rid of it, right?
Yeah, no
Yep.
shit. Yeah.
I will also say that if this Min has a relationship with Rand, I am going to riot. There is
There's zero.
there is no way this Min and Rand get together in my head.
No chemistry, none. There's nothing.
They're not even around each other, like hardly ever.
And,
Nope,
and
yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't see.
Oh, stop, Matt Stagger.
3 pretty women.
Yep.
Matt Staggers, thank you for your generosity. You
That question is
yeah.
horrid. That's a horrid question, Matt Stagger.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
3
saying.
pretty women.
Oh no. Well, also, Min's visions have typically been about people that she doesn't know. Her aunts
Yeah.
in the dream were like, you know, make us some money with this. And then
Yep.
she also was looking at the Emmons Field 5. Before she knew who they were, she was just reading them from Moiraine. Now her visions are pertaining to people that she has formed relationships
Yes.
with, you know. So I think in some terms she was kind of like, maybe I can change it, you know, I have to change it because my emotions are involved now, or something like that. So it's giving a little twist on it, but I don't know if that just means that it's going to come true anyway.
But again, for her trauma, she's sitting there drawing out her visions, trying to like study them so that she can try to fix it, fix these things. The book show or Bookman did not have these types of like existential. I gotta stop it.
She did.
No,
she
but she
started
did it.
reading.
Yes. This is a precursor to that.
Yeah, Harrod Fells.
Also,
Harrod Fell?
to Dad Swain's point about
Most dangerous man.
her emotions for for these people, she didn't know about it until she saw Rand, and like Jansen said, 3 beautiful girls or whatever her comment is, and she saw the whole group. So we get these flashbacks all the time. What if she sees this huge connection that she is now part of, when she sees them, and so she starts panicking because it's way more than she's used to. Like, these are freaking big people problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the Dragon Reborn. It's TAVERN. These are world-changing problems. It's a lot different than, hey, the farmer's cheating on you with, also the goat from next door or whatever.
Yeah. And we have the 2 rivers actually. I mean, Natty dies.
Yeah,
That was jacked up.
that was so sad.
Well, she died the same way the Yellow did by Volda.
You
because
burn the
she was a
witch.
witch.
We learned you
Burns
burn
the
the
witch.
witch. Yeah.
And
And
Volda,
so
like
she
you
was
said,
burned alive.
what'd you say? His frown and his sneer. What was it?
Smiling.
Oh, his smile and frown is what Jensen was saying about Volda. The fact that he is that creepy, that when he bends down and he just like tucks her hair away from her face, and he's just so gentle, and it's like, oh, this is a serial killer. That's what this fucker is. He's a serial killer.
No, he is doing the light's work.
Oh my God, he is probably one of the most evil with the screen time that we've gotten, which is not a lot. He is up there with the villains of the villains. Holy cow! What an outstanding performance!
He's worse than the Forsaken, right?
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Exactly. Oh, he would have made
yeah.
a great Bilal. You know what? He would have been a great Bilal. And
I
Tyr
like.
would have been
Well, I
amazing.
like
yeah.
evil
But
from
creepy.
someone who is not evil. I like someone who thinks they are doing good and is exactly doing the opposite. I like that
You gotta have
dichotomy.
stakes, man. You gotta have
Right.
stakes.
You can't have
I really like-
everyone obviously evil.
Yeah.
And
I like how
speaking,
they
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I like how they also made a point of Dane Bornhold was kind of blocking him from that until one of the girls
witch.
channeled, and then all of a sudden you see this rage. So you kind of get this, as a viewer, impression that the White Cloaks have a kind of, because even in the season 2, his father Jeffrem was like, look, nobody's responding, and we have to go save these people because they asked us to. And so it was
he grew
sort
up this way. They're
yeah, and so
zealous.
then now, all of a sudden, someone channels and the White Cloak rage comes out, and it doesn't matter. He's just like, here, questioner. This one's for you.
Yeah, which
So-
is why the Galat arc is gonna be so amazing. I'm not gonna get into details about it, but because of the line he said when Elaine showed up in the chambers, and he says, "Everybody knows you can't trust Aes Sedai." Right? His brain is already leaning in that direction.
It'll be a
crazy.
different Galad by then.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean,
he's gonna be the game. He's gonna be this version of the Mountain from the Game of Thrones, guaranteed.
We know Alana is not going to die, but she got riddled by 6 crossbow bolts. She looked like a pincushion. There is no Aes Sedai to heal her.
But
they went. But
there
here's the
is
thing:
the
they went
bond
straight.
and the strength she can pull from her warder, though.
Yeah. And the arrows went straight through, right? So, but my thing is this: they also did a little nod to our fucking hatred of season 2. And what did she do for Maxim's arrow? She snapped that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Nynaeve, you need to hang out with Alana for a bit, okay?
Well, they didn't hit anything that looked particularly vital to me.
No. And somebody brought up a good point. They're asking if Bodhi is gonna heal her, and I thought about that as well. Actually, I brought up a question that if we're going to see Bodwin go off during the Battle of the Two Rivers with her, reactionary type
interesting
lack of control, I would say.
Yeah, like
I think that's a great idea. I think
Alana
that's
might
definitely
train
possible.
her.
Let me interrupt real fast. Luce Jr. Created some shirts. He has a shirt store. He created some puppet shirts. I have.
Nice.
We got the Ramones. I mean the Red Arms.
Nice.
We got I Like Oddities. There's others as well. Luce Jr. is a really witty guy who's trying to he's trying to cater to a very niche community that's the Wheel of Time. So if you like print T-shirts, man,
awesome.
go ahead and get some. Yeah.
I will add Lou. Send me a link on Blue Sky, and I'll add you to my merch list that I have for people to be able to find people.
Yeah, I should have had the link. I don't have it. I'm done.
No, that's fine. I can get it from him later.
Go
ahead.
I would actually love to see. I would love to see Alana get healed with some good old fashioned, not healed, but
like wisdom shit.
Recover from some good old fashioned Two Rivers wisdom herb stuff because we know that we know that even without the one power, wisdoms in the Two Rivers are really effective. Right.
Yeah.
Well, but 6 arrows is a lot of arrows. I mean, I've never been shocked.
I saw the video afterwards, and she was dancing in the hotel room just fine.
Yeah, she's
London. We might see both, because you know what? This might be the perfect way, because there might not be a Saladar. This might be the way they start getting recruits. Once they notice that, oh my God, they're using the one power to heal people already.
Well, and I was thinking about the Bodhi thing. If she does channel during the battle, it will be proof to Maxim of what Alana said.
Yep.
And he'll be like, yeah, we're in the right freaking place, because they were still kind of at odds about that whole shit, about going to the Two Rivers.
All right, go to the other side of the world, guys. Since we're talking about other channelers, do you think we're going to see the kin next episode?
Next episode? Ooh,
yes.
They might if we cut out. I think that would make sense.
I mean, fuck, we saw
And here's a question.
There it is.
There
she's fine.
She is riddled.
She's fine.
That's hilarious.
Fine. This is bullshit.
And
I have no strings on me.
I think she's in shock.
Which arises the question. This is a really good way for Nynaeve via Rima Gelfrey.
Good job.
The reason why Rima was actually in Tanchico in the first place.
So okay.
She was a yellow.
Yeah. So do you think? Yeah, but Rima, we've already seen her. She's at the White Tower.
I understand, but then we're gonna get some explanation from Nynaeve. Rima told me this was why she was here. Or
yeah, about the kin. Yeah,
was
I got
here. Rima told me that these were the best. Rima said something.
Nynaeve has been getting mentor level tutelage all along the way from Leandrin, from Rima.
Was Rima in Tanchico? She was in Falma.
She was in Falma.
Rima was in.
But-
Rima was just in Tarvalin, actually.
No. He's talking about.
Yeah,
He's
in
talking
the other
about
season where she's talking
in
to her.
episode.
Yeah, she was in
season
Falma.
2.
She was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Falma, and we assume came back with everyone when they came back.
I got you.
Right. So in Tanchico, it would make sense if we get it because we got the Windfinder also giving her some tutelage
Mhm.
about control and planning, loosening herself up. And this would be a perfect time, like you said, for a kin channeler to show up and give her that last oomph she needs to freaking start casting. Because I'm going to be honest with you, she needs to cast this season.
I don't
Yeah.
She
know.
needs to, or I think she needs to channel.
I
It's
don't
gone on
know.
way too long.
I don't think so.
It's gone too long.
I think towards the end of the
I
season.
love like
Oh,
her
they already
being
gave
as-
us.
one
Sorry.
of the things about Nynaeve is how good she is when she's as vulnerable as possible. She's the craftiest woman in the entire thing. I mean, she can get through it. Like,
I mean,
this is
she
her
hooked-
arc. She's
mean,
used to
first-
not being the strongest. She's
First time
always-
out, she hooked a king. So yeah.
I mean, her basic arc
Jeez.
is she's used
She's
to
got
being the
game.
strongest. She realizes she's not like, and yeah, when she does start channeling, it's going to be a force. So they gotta dangle that like a donkey in front of a mule, man.
Dude, it's too much. Just like the Egwene Rand relationship. That shit should have ended in season 1, episode 3.
No,
Yeah,
I love this shit.
No,
I love
It's
him too.
it's more
fucking-
realistic.
Who here hasn't just like stuck with a relationship for way longer than they needed to because everyone expected them to, and you're just
That's
like,
called
I-
marriage.
No, you know what? No,
No.
I looked on their Facebook and it says it's complicated under relationship status. There's a whole category for them.
Like,
No,
Tavern.
I think it's important that Egwene and Rand and Lanfear and Rand drag this out to pull these kinds of emotions out of us, because when whatever it is that they're going to reveal about that they do reveal, it's going to be monstrous and it's going to be whatever. And so I think the same way they're kind of dragging us with Nynaeve, I don't necessarily hate it, even though I hate it, because when Nynaeve breaks through the block, it's going to be so glorious and so
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, so they're dragging us right now, kicking and screaming. Like everywhere you look, everyone's like, "Gah!"
It needs
Can
to
I
go
just-
away like quick.
Which is great television.
But
I have predictions for the season. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
please.
that we just saw the end of Rand and Egwene
Hopefully.
as a romantic relationship.
Hopefully.
Because
Okay.
she's a trauma
she's a-
baby now, and you've
Because
got
she's
this,
a stalker.
yeah, you've got this person. Well, okay, Egwene is a stalker.
She's a
She's
level.
she's a
What is it?
creep.
Stage 5 clinger.
But she's also got all this trauma, and now she has she's seen the person that she's supposed to trust more than anyone, who she's already kind of drifting away from.
with one of the Forsaken.
With one of the Forsaken that's been hunting her down and trying
Hunting
to
her.
murder
And
her
kicking
in
her
the-
ass. And kicking her ass.
So
Mhm.
yeah, somebody that's beating her down every time she closes her eyes. That's gonna put a dent in your romance a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
And I also think that we're gonna see Nynaeve break her block in the finale. It'll be in the season finale.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's breaking it this season.
Because,
See,
because we
Yeah.
got
The
the
end.
foreshadowing. We got the foreshadowing from the Windfinder, not the Wind. Yeah, from the Windfinder.
Yeah, the Windfinder,
Mhm.
yeah.
See,
She's
I
like,
believe.
"It's
I
control
don't
and
think.
you have to. Yeah.
My prediction is no block, but I think she gets pissed and realizes that that's her trigger.
I think she breaks her block.
Or we get at
They're gonna
least
pull it out because
Uh-oh.
next season we need next season.
Oh,
Um,
he's pulling it.
Okay.
okay.
Thank you,
Right.
Judge Puff.
We've reached 50 viewers. This is exciting.
Hey, 50.
Thank you everyone for joining
Nice.
us.
Gary.
Did you
Care.
guys like Alana's freaking air judo chops?
Chop, chop, chop.
And how
Man,
she
Alana's
threw
a
the air.
White
force,
cloaks
man.
out, boy. She's like,
Alana is a force. Alana's
she-
badass. She can be.
Man, she flipped over the
good.
fireball.
but
I mean,
when,
she's got the air knife and shit. She's a
Dude.
beast.
but when she was channeling the fog, she looked like she was fucking bored and just
Yeah. No, she was
it was
checking her
fucking
Instagram.
hilarious. She did not want to be doing
Oh,
it.
all right, do that. Graham.
She's a monster. Well, she's also like a ninja too. Like where
She
she does
is.
that Matrix crap in the beginning of the season. Like in a
Yeah,
dress.
yeah, exactly. She's doing flips and shit. Like,
Did you
I'll be
guys?
honest with
Speaking
you,
of
that's the one
flips,
thing that
did you guys?
surprised the shit out of me.
Did you expect Fail to be such a badass?
No.
Yes,
Yes.
I did.
No, I
I
did
did.
not.
I didn't
she-
know that was going to play out, but I
She
did.
is a Saldaean, like she is a Saldaean
Y'all made
noble,
me.
like she's a borderlander. No, hell no.
Hey,
I knew she was gonna be
They
sweet.
made me like Fail.
Yeah.
They made me like,
Yeah.
and that sucks. She's not that I wanted to hate Fail. She just got on my fucking nerves, and that was my personal slog. That whole trying to rescue her shit was just too much for me. But so I won't get into that. But yeah, I like her. She's freaking fire.
Last episode, I didn't care. I was like, whatever. This episode, I think they're the best couple ever.
And is she like one of the best looking people on the entire cast of really good looking fucking people?
I don't know. Everyone's hot.
Everyone.
I know,
Everyone's
but
hot.
she's really pretty. Like I was surprised how pretty she
Yeah,
was.
everybody looks pretty damn good.
Like, I've
I
heard
don't
of
know.
someone having anime hair. She has anime hair.
Yeah.
And-
All right,
Yeah.
no, that's true. But like, there is nobody, not a single person, not even the background actors. There's not
Yeah,
a single person
everybody.
in this cast
Yeah,
that I would
everybody.
expect. Not
Gorgeous.
one.
Everybody.
Stan Bowie, I'd hit it. I mean, come on. No, I'm just kidding.
That's because the
That-
showrunner
the
is
pipe,
a homosexual.
the pipe smell would kill me. I can't.
Send
All
Whoopi.
right. My one complaint was that the dark scenes were a little too dark.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's kind of a modern trend that I hate.
they try to make it look realistic, and I mean, if all you have is firelight, that's what you would see. So it just sucks
There was
for
fog
the
as well.
audience. Yeah.
You just have to make sure that you watch it at night with like your. With, like,
The only
Oh
the
my
only
God.
thing that made me upset about these scenes at night is that I swear I'm telling you, Piran's eyes should be glowing.
They should.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Good
should.
And
point.
London, you make a good point. When you do watch it when it's dark, you do see more. And I think that the producers and stuff, when they're
Yeah.
doing like the preview, they are in a studio that there is no ambient light that distracts. But in the daytime, that stuff, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
Really hard to see.
I have a prediction on the fly. I have a prediction on the fly.
Ooh, this
is
just
not-
in. Boop, boop, boop,
Jansen's
boop, boop, boop,
prediction
boop,
on the
boop,
fly is during the Battle of the Two Rivers, Piran's going to look into the woods and see a bunch of glowing eyes, and one of them is going to be Elias's.
Ooh.
You think? Okay,
You
so you
Elias,
think?
Come back.
I
Watch it.
mean, it's is that because we saw all the wolf heads on spikes in the White
Yes.
Cloak, and
Yes.
they came in to help, like
Yes.
their own reinforcements.
He's already, yeah, I'm telling you, Elias is already.
I like
pissed.
it.
Well, you
Oh, and
guys-
somebody mentioned earlier that they think Fane is bringing the reinforcements, the reinforcements of the White Cloak
Ooh,
reinforcements.
Of course he is.
And they're talking about that. I think that's what it was in chat.
Oh my
earlier. I can't
god,
remember
that
what it
will
They're
give
gonna
them
be
a really
scummy White
good
Cloaks.
opportunity for flashbacks with Pedro Nile. That's for sure.
was. Yeah. You think they're gonna bring in Pedro Nile?
I mean,
I don't
if
think
he
they have
has-
time.
I don't
I
think they
mean,
are because I
well-
thought Jeffrem was supposedly the.
That's
Pedro
why I'm
Nile.
saying they might not have time to bring him in, but they do have time to put a flashback in there. So his orders have to come from somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Jeffrem was the
No,
Pedro Nile of the
Jeffrey
show.
was
Jeffrem's
called
dead.
Lord Captain. He was.
Yeah, he was a Lord's captain. Not a
Yeah,
lot-
but what
yeah.
I'm saying is, in the show, I thought they had replaced Pedro Nile with Jeffrem.
They- I think
No.
they called him Lord Captain in the show, which would make him still
I'll
not
have to.
the.
Okay. I mean, it
And-
doesn't matter to me. I just
Speaking
thought
of the
I-
White Cloaks, we were also introduced to Jared Byer finally for the
we
first
were.
time.
Oh, yeah,
Shall
yeah.
buy.
He looked just like Luke to me, which was kind of fucking weird. They looked
Do we
like
assume
brothers.
that Valda did not get killed?
Oh,
Yeah.
he disappeared.
He's alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
Volda's
wasn't-
too evil to get killed. He's
He's
Yeah.
not going to get,
A
and if he does get killed, it's going to be fantastically. It will not.
Did
be
Byer die?
like that?
No, I don't think
No.
I don't think Byer was there, or did he take him? I know he said.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, Child
Yeah,
Byer, you want to go?" Fuck
Oh
it?
yeah, that might have been him standing next to him. It was freaking dark as shit.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
way to get rid of him.
But I think Valda and Byer, if like I said, I didn't notice that was him. Escaped because what's her face took everybody out. Sorry, London, go for it.
Oh no, I don't like. Sorry, I wasn't making it. It was my thinking face.
Oh,
not-
sorry.
Oh.
No, yeah, I mean, when Alana took out 6, like almost instantly, because she got hit, took out 3, got hit again, spun around, took out 3, then freaking Maxim shows up, kills 5. Well, he takes down 6, but only 5 of them die, and then Alana kills his last one. Fuck, that's a lot of White Cloaks that are down that you have to now explain. You know, back at camp, not that Valdo would give a
They
shit.
took down 10. It was 10.
No, there were some that were off screen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because
they left
Alana
10, okay.
Alana took the 3 right next to her, and then she
Okay.
took out 3 at
Yeah.
a distance.
Yeah, that's
And then what's his face took out the
Maxim.
rest.
Maxim, you thought that he was further, but he had some stomach intestinal descent. He had Metatheron's revenge.
Yeah,
Well, been there.
his line was the best line. He goes, he goes, how did you find me? You turned the bond on 5 arrows ago.
Yeah.
That shit was amazing.
I want to talk about the dream world itself. So Egwin levels up, and this is, I understand that we don't have time to show the montages, but this is an issue for me. How our people are leveling up without it seeming that time passes. So Egwin had one lesson, and suddenly she's taking Moiraine with her through a dangerous part, and
They made
Well-
Tel'aran'rhiod simpler on the show.
No, but
Elaine-
time has passed.
Yeah, she's got more than one lesson.
time
been
has
out there-
passed. Yeah.
They've been out
yeah.
there for at least 2 weeks, remember, because we know how long they've been in the ship, at least across the world. So
Yeah.
time is passing. And then we know that last episode, or it was this episode, Moiraine said to Egwene, I told you to be careful of your dreams years ago.
Yeah, that was way
So
back in the Two
time,
Rivers,
yeah, but time passes. Time has been passing.
Mhm.
Also,
So
but I was
Egwin
gonna
is
say-
apparently super strong in this now, or at least I don't know.
Well,
Well,
I
she's
mean,
got
like I
more
said,
lessons
they
in
they
plot.
simplified Tel'aran'rhiod in on the show when Mullane says, "All you have to do is think it,"
Yeah,
right?
totally.
And that's all you have to do on the show.
Mhm.
But then
And
they
just
show-
believe that it happens. Yeah.
But then they show their shock and how good and how easily she learned
Yes.
as well.
And she gets pissed, which I love. I love Mullane, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mullane gets pissed.
Her
and then-
character is
But also, an easier way to do that is to look at the books. Now, remember the power up that Egwene had pre-accepted to after she was accepted,
yeah.
and now she's not. She's accepted now. She was way more powerful as an accepted than she was as a novice. And that was due to what the Sanche did to her.
Yeah. Yeah, the
She was
train, well,
forced.
the training,
Yeah, she was forced, so she's got a power up. She's strong. She should be stronger than Egwene right now.
Yeah,
I mean, then Elaine.
Egwene levels up
Yeah.
really similarly in the books, where
And
she just
mentally
kinda-
too. Yeah,
Mhm.
mentally too.
Mhm.
It's
She
because-
levels up like a man who can channel in the books,
Mhm.
because you know how they say that like men who can channel they level up, like they
You
can
have
start-
grown
they try to
much
select-
since
Yeah.
we saw
it's
each
like they
other
go
last
into
Egwene out here.
leaps instead of like a steady thing like women, but she kind of is like that, where she's like, she goes from like, oh cool, I can juggle some fireballs, to like, oh shit, I can level a city, like
Right.
in the books. And I
Yeah.
think that they're doing something similar with her, where she just kind of
I mean, we
pushes
saw her
herself to
throw a
limit.
gigantic bolt at the White Cloaks on Falma. You know, she was pretty powerful there.
Darkwind's advocate. That was freaking hilarious.
So
Moiraine-
Egwin, oh, go please.
I was going to say, Moiraine asks her, you know, they've been training you in the dream, right? So we get that a little bit, but also when she does ask her, Egwene is a little hesitant. She's kind of like, I think I can do it. I'm not sure. And it's very Egwene to try anyway, but we don't get a solid like, oh yeah, I can take you to another person's dream. She's just
I
kind of
think
like, I
yeah.
think I can do that. So we know that she's not, you know, she is leveling up, but she's still kind of in the early process.
I don't think they've let her go into other people's dreams. I think
Mhm.
they've been working in her dream because they've told her, you've got more power in your own dream,
Right.
right? So that she can control what they're trying to teach her. So I don't think she's been delving into other people's dreams. And, you know, like, again, the simplification of what she's doing compared to the books with the, you know, balls of light. And if you get too
Mhm.
close or if you get pulled in and all that crap.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
do we
all
see-
out,
Do we see Egwene in pigtails to open up the next episode?
Dude.
If they find out she helped her. But I do think they also made the distinction of when they brought her into Tel'aran'rhiod for the first time, like in this picture, they were like, we are currently in your dream. And I think she zapped out into true like Tel'aran'rhiod, which is why she could see the little ghosty people.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was cool. That was a cool effect.
And that was not defined, so it's not really known. Besides with us, we assume, we know about Tel'aran'rhiod. That wasn't. Non-book readers don't know what that was. I don't know.
Well, Moiraine described it. The wise ones were saying some people, touch Tel'aran'rhiod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they flicker in and out. Yeah.
And
that's
right
why I
before
think
that,
they were trying to show that with the ghosty people is because Egwene was like, "What is that?" And then you saw the little kid playing with the monkey doll or whatever,
and the thing fell over and all that.
Yeah.
And right before that, Bear called her Egwene Sedai, so she's got the lie going too.
Yeah. Well, she's got the ring on her. Yeah. And
Egwene's like, you guys are gonna want to do stuff here. Just as soon as you hear that bell, you gotta leave. All right, I'm gonna go see my friends. Boink.
Bye.
She's all, this dangerous spot. You cool? Okay, bye.
I'm not gonna lie. That to me was one of the most intrusive things I've seen on that show.
It was, but it was super intrusive in the show and the books anyway. Remember?
Well, Madeline also thought that it was creepy too. Did you see
that's why she left. I think that's why she left, because she didn't want to see them intimate. So I just don't think that I don't think the actors portrayed it well enough for us to get that.
She's saying that the actress felt it was creepy to had to do that.
Yeah, the actress mentioned that she felt like a creeper. So
well, I think you have Egwene and she's peeking into the hut, and there's the.
I mean, one of the things that they do in the books is people that can channel, they guard their dreams because people do look at people's dreams, and
I have the weirdest fucking dreams. I don't know that any of them would be embarrassing, but like they're weird, and I don't think I want anyone in my dreams.
I was gonna say Ryan had visited my dream, and I was in 3rd grade, and I was naked in front of a class trying to give a book report, and everyone's just laughing.
Oh, no. Come one, come all to my dreams, man. I have mine are a party.
I have dreams where my teeth are falling out. That's basically.
I've had that dream. I've had that dream. It's weird.
That is a weird dream. I've had it too. So I also don't remember my dream. So if Ryan, I think, tried to set up meetings for our show in Tel'aran'rhiod, but I just forget.
Nice.
I don't remember any of it.
You know that picture that you just had up with when she's in Nynaeve's dream? I had to go back and look at that scene several times because toward the end of that scene, it almost looked like Nynaeve had seen her. And I had to watch it and go back a couple of times until I realized, no, she's looking in that direction and Egwene was standing over here. But for a split second, it looked like she saw her, and I was like, ooh, are we getting the freaking connection?
Well, why wouldn't she? They've been able to.
I mean,
I don't think she
saw Moiraine.
There's nothing good about this right here.
Because but I don't be seen. She wasn't like spying like a weirdo.
You said, did somebody doesn't like this scene?
Who didn't like the scene?
Well, no. Well, if Egwene shows up 2 minutes later, they're scissoring or whatever, or whatever.
What I like,
I don't know. I don't know terms.
What I like about that scene is I like the addition that they're beefing up Elaine's personality.
Oh yeah.
Just that she knows that she has to do her duty and be queen, but that she also has other dreams and other things that she wants to do. I think that is a perfect choice, and it actually makes me like that character a lot more. Than just the one with her nose in the air, right?
Well, this is also, it shows a deeper level of her feeling of the relationship besides them just having sex one night, right? Or having a one night stand, where she is dreaming of Aviendha coming behind her, Taishar, and while she's doing the weaves and hugging her in just a tender moment. It was it wasn't like super.
Aviendha took her virginity, man. She's been alone and forever.
Wait, do
I
you
don't
think
know. Do we know
Avienda was
that?
her? Would you think Avienda was
You
her
know,
first?
Avienda took her virginity, dude.
I
Elaine-
think she was her first.
Elaine
Man,
says
that girl
finally.
that girl was well. She looked like she was well.
Elaine got on
I
top.
don't know, but
All right, Dan,
Elaine has
can you-
been wrestling the bald-headed champ for a long time, dude.
I've
believe me.
been with some women, and we are like
Bald
this.
headed champ.
like no. We,
Uh-oh.
Janie
All right.
does not dream about that. Janie does not.
The power of the Bella. I need to make one where Bella's wearing a Bella shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so loud.
Well, well, well.
But
So
let's
loud.
see. So you know what? Who are we missing, guys? From
Um,
the books, Who's not
Tom,
there?
Marilyn.
Tom,
Mhm.
exactly.
Tomas.
Where the hell is Tom? Where is he?
He is
Not
not going to
coming
be in this
back.
season.
No, he is in Tanchico.
I know he's in. I know that's where they're going to put him.
Yep.
I
He's
know
in
that's where they're gonna put him.
Tanchico, and the only thing is, I want to know what you guys think. Is he going to be singing, or chanting, or reciting something from the books, or something new? I say that he is going to be talking about Anna and the Three Foolish Kings.
No, I think he'll sing a dirgy song. He'll only sing one verse,
Yeah, Eddie Vedder.
and then hit everyone up for money.
And he'll sing it like. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Tom Waits. Tom Waits the whole
I
thing.
do
It's all-
believe that he will only see his first shot will be the end when he cuts Matt off from that rope.
if we get Tom back, he's going to be talking about our age, because everyone that's not a book reader is not clued in yet.
That's true.
No.
And-
Also,
Good
go ahead.
point.
That's true. No, I agree with that. That's true.
Yeah,
right.
they're not
Yeah.
clued in yet. That like, well, and this isn't. Yeah, if we're not doing spoilers till book 5, this isn't spoilers. If you like, because in the first book you get clued in that like we're in the same world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like if we see Tom again, he's gonna be talking about like, the Cold War.
Yep. You're right. Now
Yeah,
there's
so
some,
Lenin, the bird of fire, is what
You know,
Matt Stagger is saying.
Yeah.
there's also a little bit of technology that they don't have yet. In the books that they have, that they have in the books that they don't have yet in the show. And
We're talking about Matt's thing.
I'm talking about everybody.
No.
You
What
know.
what technology?
I'm talking about traveling.
Oh, okay. I thought we were
Well,
talking
we've
about
seen
like
traveling.
technology. I thought you
We've
were talking
seen
about
traveling, but we've
bombs.
seen it by certain people we haven't seen it happen to yet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like we're going into Tanchico right now with Elaine and Nynaeve and Matt. When they did that in the books, which was Ibudar, they already knew how to channel. They already knew how to travel.
No, they didn't.
Yes,
They
they
didn't know
did.
how to travel. Rand knew how to travel.
No, when they went to Ebudar,
No,
No,
Elaine and Nynaeve did not know how to travel when they went to Abu Dhar.
Nope.
Absolutely not. Nope.
you guys want to
They
make a
didn't
bet?
find out how to travel until they were in Saladar.
Who wants
and
to bet?
Wayne
Jansen, Jansen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I hate going up against you on anything,
Uh-huh.
but
I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna say no.
Let me ask you a question.
His
Where-
brain is like
Where did Nynaeve and Elaine and go from Ebudar?
From Abu
Who let
Dhar,
them
they
go?
walked to Saladar like fucking. Like
Who let
fucking
them go?
peasants.
Who let them go?
Who let the dogs out?
Who let them go?
Who?
Who told them that they could go to Ebudar?
What do you mean? Who told them they
Like
could?
Gwen.
Who let them go?
Oh, when they
I don't
first go to Abu Dhabi.
Well,
Yes. Who
Egwene-
let them go? And how
This
did
is the
they
worst
go?
Jeopardy ever.
Well,
How
yeah,
did they
okay,
go?
No, but okay, I'm getting words mixed up. But no, on their way to Tanchico, they do not know.
They do not know how to travel.
No,
They
I
do
know,
not know
but
how to
they're
travel
no,
until Saladar.
not to
And the
Tanchico.
only
Exactly.
time they know how to travel is way fucking later. They're not going to learn how to travel. yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, this
That's
is
what I'm
past our
saying.
book-
What
our
I'm
book
trying to
line.
say is
Sorry,
they're
I've been
making
drinking.
Ebudar and Tanchico are the same place in the show.
No, I disagree because they did mention Ebudar already, and so I think that we're going to go
They're
visit.
not
it.
going to Abu Dhar.
there's- Okay, so in the show there is physically a place called
Thank you,
Abu
Lottie.
Dhar,
They're not going to
But-
Ebudar.
but they're not
They
going to Abu Dhar on the show. for the
So,
purposes of the book. They
that
merged
being
Ebudar
said,
and Tenchiko. Yeah.
That being said, this is where I'm going. That
Sorry,
being
sorry.
said, they don't know how to travel. So when the Sanche
not.
come to Tenchiko, how are they going to escape?
I mean, it doesn't
boat.
mean. Listen,
No.
that doesn't mean that they
Well,
can't
the same way they
learn
escaped
traveling before then.
Tanchico last time they escaped Tanchico, which
By
was
traveling.
a horse and cart.
By traveling.
No, in the
Oh, no.
books they escaped.
Oh, no,
Tanchico
yeah.
by
In
horse and
Tenchiko,
cart.
yes. But Abudar, how'd they get away from
Yeah, but-
Abudar?
but-
They're
Yeah, but
in
they're
a
not going to do
circus.
that, Jansen. I don't think they're going to do that.
Didn't
I
they?
think-
Didn't they go into Val and Lucas?
Just because they're merging the two
No,
places on
that's
the
Matt.
show for
Matt
the
goes
purpose
with
of
the
the story
circus
doesn't
in
mean
Abudar.
that they're going to let them learn traveling that early.
No, I
Right.
don't think they're going to let them learn traveling at all. That's not my point.
Oh,
My
Oh.
point is that the Sanche are coming to Tenchiko.
For sure.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, people are saying yeah. They joined.
Matt
we're
is
gonna
going
get
to
that
be
on
hanged.
top?
Matt is going to get hung, right?
right.
Uh-huh.
Matt might
There's
be
a
hung
red
already.
doorway.
He might be
There is a
hung already.
red doorway in the 13th depository.
Right, and there's one in Tenchiko.
Yes.
At least that's what I'm guessing.
Do you think they're gonna take? Do you
Yes.
think they're gonna
Through
run
the
through
fin?
the Tower of Genji to go
Yes.
to the White Tower?
Yes.
That's
my
Is that what
God.
you're saying?
Dude,
Yes.
that prediction. Okay, listen.
That's a
love you.
lot for
That-
the
yeah,
new
that's
3
a
episodes.
lot. Fuck.
We've only
Well,
got 3
Let me ask you a question.
Listen,
Let me ask you a
John's in
question.
attack right now.
Why is that doorway there?
Yeah.
So you think? Okay, so you're talking about that these are going to work like vanishing cabinets, as opposed to they
They
show
have
up
to
in the
find
fin
an
or
easy
whatever.
way back to the East Coast, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
Let's
They have
go.
to. Why would the red doorway be in the White Tower?
Maybe one of the kin knows how to travel.
Why would it be
Well,
there?
and they have to get out somehow.
Yes.
And that makes sense. Now all of a sudden,
And they have to get out with
Matt
multiple
thing,
people.
what? Oh my god!
So you think they're bringing the kin with them as well?
They are going to be bringing them right to the tower.
So we're not doing the Saladar thing. Is that what you're saying? We're not doing. We're not doing.
They
Epidar,
may
we're
do
not doing
Salador.
we're
They
not
may
doing
do
all
Saladar, but they're not going to take that stone doorway with them.
So okay, so
That's in the tower.
so if what you're saying, right, is plausible. I'm not going to say it's accurate. I'm just going to say plausible because it's your theory, right? That also means that Egwene would be walking right into a Lyda. Actually, no, Egwene's in the waist. Never mind.
Yes.
Fuck.
The waist.
How are they-
There's
how are
no
they gonna-
red doorway in the waist.
Yeah, but how are they going to do what happens with Egwene and Saladar? I don't want to get too into it. How is that going to happen then?
The all-you-can-eat Saladar.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
Messing
don't
with
know.
the life of your
I feel
salad.
like everyone should just know that we're
Well,
spoiling a lot.
look how much there's so much, and this is no spoiler. There's so much they have taken out right now. Jack and Carradine is dead. Therefore, there is no huge group of homeless people in Ibudar run by old Cully looking for 'em. There is none of that. There's none of
but
that.
That could actually happen now in Tenchiko.
Exactly.
Right.
They're merging them
Like,
both.
Yeah. But I'm just
Tanchico
saying
and
that
Saladar are going to be the same.
So if Tenchiko if the kin are in Tenchiko like they would be in Ibudar,
right.
then also there may be a cache in Ibudar
Right. In Tenchiko.
where there's a doorway. I mean, in
But-
Tenchiko where there's a
Yeah,
doorway.
And that's what I think is going to happen.
But I,
I always thought that the doorway was going to be found in a cache in Tenchiko.
And
yeah,
they
and I
need
always,
to escape. Matt
I
is going
did-
to be with them, but you know what's going to happen? They have to escape. Matt is going
go
to
through
do
the-
exactly what he did in the first season and leave them and let them go through the door, and he's going to stay there because his wife's coming.
Wait. Okay. All right.
Wait,
All right.
well,
Okay, now, bro, let me tell you, man. Now you have just completely rewritten history.
No,
All
no,
right.
no.
I know what he's saying.
I'm with him. I'm with him.
I'm with him
That
too.
would be super. Well, because
hashtag.
what
That's
is
really
the dyna-
compact.
Not a.
What is the dynamics?
How else would you write that?
But think about it. You know how much you're jamming, because that would happen this season.
it'd be 3
How much you're
episodes. You have to
jamming
smash that
into one
3 episodes.
Freaking
It'd be one
in 3
episode.
episodes.
No, it'd be one episode.
they also-
One episode.
All right,
You'd
talk
have
to me,
Matt go
London.
in- You'd have Matt do Matt's shit and then go in and then come out and everyone's like, shit, we're being attacked. And then they go in and then if at some point we get Matt's luck here
Mm.
in the next few episodes, we have 3 episodes to do
It has to
that.
be in the first 20 minutes.
Whatever, they do a lot in 20 minutes. It's crazy.
They
I know.
do.
So,
I'm just.
but why wouldn't that like okay with the physics? The physics work.
The only thing I see as a problem is the thing between Elida and Siuan has not happened, and so you're saying that they're gonna pop through the redstone doorway with a bunch of kin and Nynaeve and everybody, and then they're gonna be in the 13th depository and be like, "Hey, bitches, welcome to the White Tower."
Yo.
First
And,
of all,
and
they
then all of
don't
a sudden, the
know.
White Tower is gonna be.
They could have to sneak out of the White Tower. They're
What if that's the cause?
yeah, and you know what? They might have to get a homeless person to sneak them out of a certain alleyway in the White Tower.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what if that's the cause? Because you've got all these fucking kin showing up that like also everybody wasn't seemingly aware
Well,
of in this rendition.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think the cause is being established because Siuan and Elida are going against what to do with Rand.
And we have a key person from the books that's not in Tar Valon to help Swan too,
Mhm.
and that's Min.
Min, right?
Well, she was.
All right.
They
She
kinda
was.
tried to set that up. She was.
Now-
Maybe she already got information, but you know.
No, I'm talking about when she
where
was
is-
still.
Right.
Yeah, I
Where
know.
is the Lanfear Moiraine crescendo gonna happen?
Yeah, we're gonna have a crazy and I think
Yeah.
that's the one
In the
that Ray
13th
spoke about.
depository? Is it gonna happen
No.
there?
No,
I don't
it's gonna
think so.
happen. No,
In the IO
No, no, no.
Waste, I think.
Actually, you know what? I think that could be. I think the Moraine
They gotta go.
Lanfear altercation.
Yeah.
That could be the cold open of season 4.
Well, I think the Lanfear
Oh, you're
Moiraine
right.
altercation might replace the Ran Asmodean altercation because she has the Sakarnan and Lanfear's looking for Sakarnan. So
Well, were you
wonder
guys
if-
looking for somebody to pop into their dream and like interrupt Lanfear? Because I was looking for that and I didn't see anybody.
no, that didn't happen. I mean, they've been and they've established what we get in the books. You know, the hatred between Moiraine and Lanfear
Right.
through the thousands of freaking futures that Moiraine has to live through and get consistently. That has to get in her brain and go, oh, I need to hate this person.
Well,
because
remember in the
really-
books, she was constantly thinking about Lanfear.
Oh yeah.
Constantly. She was,
Because
it was on her
Lanfear
mind.
was such a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
so-
so
I think
Yeah.
Lanfear finds out that Moiraine has Sakarnan, and that's what she wants. So she goes and finds her in the Waste, and that's where they have the altercation. And I think it kind of nods to because when slight spoiler, when Rand he has his little toy in the books, and Asmodean also is looking for that toy, and they find it at the same time and wrestle around with it. And I think that might be something that happens with Lanfear and Moiraine and how we get their battle as they grab Sakarnan and go to
the
town.
question is, who does she give it to? Who's the next person that has that thing?
Egwene.
Possibly. Or
And then I think it has
or-
to get to Nynaeve.
or does it get you're right. It has to get to my Nynaeve somehow.
Yeah.
yeah. And,
Um,
and I mean, we know it I don't agree with the whole cold open for season 4 only because of Rafe stating in an interview even before season 1 that a big character does not make it at the end of season 3.
Yeah.
We don't know who that character is, but we can pretty much assume, given the current direction that the character is taking.
Loyal. It's loyal, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's because
Yeah.
he stayed back with the horses the White Cloaks got to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The longing gets him.
He
Yeah.
says, I'm not doing much anyway.
I mean, yeah.
I'll be over here.
I'm really just here.
So I think
That's
I
mission.
personally think that's what's going to happen. But I don't know how it's going to happen because the necessary item for when Lanfear and Moiraine go to town isn't
See,
present.
you know who I think dies?
Masha
I
Tarkin.
think Gowan Trakan takes it.
No.
What? Okay, we don't talk about him.
Oh, come on.
It's
great.
never okay to talk about.
I'll tell you, as soon as I saw that cute little red-headed Aiel who's like
Oh,
Randall
no,
Thor, you
stop.
like the squash Randall Thor? I made the squash Randall Thor. I'm
La,
gonna
la,
get
la,
squashed
la,
in.
la.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you this. I didn't think I could hate a character more than Gowan Tracand. You know what? I found one. Gowan Tracand
The little
show
girl.
version.
Oh yeah.
right.
No, listen.
I hate him even more.
That little girl.
That little girl's toast.
This
There's
is
no
when-
way she survives this season.
Well, you know what that
this
little
is,
girl.
This is when Rand's character takes one level in necromancy. Is what happened.
That little girl is gonna be the girl in the stone
Yes.
of fear.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
Absolutely right.
God, that if they do that scene,
That
I'm
little
gonna
girl
die.
is gonna be the girl in the stone of tear. Then
But
Rand finds
if-
out that even he can't heal
And
death.
she is going to be the
That's-
catalyst to
and I
open
will
Rand's
die.
mind
Yeah.
to
Not o-
lose Theron.
Not only that, well, maybe yeah, but not only that, but I think it's when one Avienda is going to start looking at him even more in a different light. Gaul and the rest of the Aiel are going to, or at least the ones that will follow him, will cement themselves because they'll see him struggling to bring her back to life. Even as wrong as it is, just the emotion of him trying to save that, even after he's supposed to come there and destroy them.
Yeah,
That's
they,
gonna
they
be
set her up to be.
Crazy.
Do the
They definitely
Shido make it out of the waste alive?
Oh, they have to because we got to get the slog in season 6 or 7.
Do
They
we?
have to survive.
Yeah, they do. No, the Shido have to because you know where Culloden's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going to the stone.
Yeah.
He's not going to Carrion.
No,
going
he's
to
not.
The
He's
stone
going to the
tier.
stone.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have. I mean, Savannah's already. They've already made her more interesting than him,
Oh.
which is good.
She only had like 3 lines, and I love her to death.
Oh
She's
my!
incredible.
It's her headpiece.
Her headpiece.
Yeah,
is-
her costume was
It looked like
impressive.
a-
I want it on my wall.
Yeah.
Have
You
you,
could have
have, you,
no lines.
Yeah.
have you seen how tall she is?
Yeah.
Very tall.
Like they show behind the scenes shots of them in the desert walking, like the different characters, and she's like tall as shit.
Well, they got it right because she still has that avarice
Mhm.
Yeah.
in her that I want everything. She's like, I'm not going to wear that crap. I'm wearing this. I'm a wise, like she still has the avarice. I like.
Oh, and I like the when my husband died, I married his son,
Yeah.
and if he doesn't make it back,
Well,
You know,
I'll
and
just
she
marry
looks
the
at-
guy in power.
Yeah,
and
my
I'm
new
like-
husband, his son is he's down there.
yeah.
It's like a JD Vance.
Wait, isn't Couladin related to Muradin too?
It's his brother.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So once that's gone, then she's gonna marry the brother.
Well, Savannah
not?
says it in Path of Daggers. She says it in her own POV. She said it only took one look at Couladin to make him fall in love with her. So she says that. So I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So all right. So that okay.
No.
So there are different schools. One or
Wow.
theories. One that it might be Ivana.
No.
2 that it might be Melindra.
No.
No, the body type is wrong. If they're
No.
gonna go with whatever,
I'm not
like,
going to go by body type because they've
Yeah.
changed so much of that on the
Mhm.
show that it doesn't mean
Mhm.
shit.
No
Like-
on all of that.
Yeah.
Those women are outdoorsy. Grindall can't even handle windows.
I know. Yeah. This is
Uh-uh.
what you said. Yeah.
That's a good point.
That is
Come on,
true.
she
I
wants-
didn't
Too
see
much
one
walking.
naked man chair.
But they.
But
she's
if
the
this
only
is
character that
Grindall, it's
But the-
Grindall and Asmodean together.
Yeah.
Maybe. But here's the thing: she's the only one that they've literally showed nudity on straight up, right?
Nah,
Which is very,
but we
very
never
Grendel.
Book,
Lan is
book
a-
Grindall
Lan-
never is nude. We never see her titties in the
No,
book.
she's not. But I'm just saying on the show.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Well, she wears
No, we
the
don't. We
screen.
almost
She
see
was,
her titties.
yeah.
in the
There is one time
we
where
see near
her...
titties.
No, there's
Near
one
titty.
time.
It's a,
There's one time.
we see side boob. Is that-
No, dude, no. What's it called? There's one time
The
where her
strafe?
dress,
Her
her dress
strafe.
is completely
Strafe,
see through.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think it's
Samuel,
completely
and
see-through.
Sam,
I think
it's in Samuel's POV.
I think
Yeah.
I thought it was like nearly
No,
transparent.
it goes completely in
Yeah.
one time. It goes completely new.
Are we picturing Kanye's
but,
wife?
like you can see through
Oh,
to
God,
her
it's
like
not.
actual bosom.
Yeah.
Is that street?
So London
Oh,
disagrees with
side-
me
side
on
boob?
this, and again,
Side
I'm not
boob.
sold. It's not my theory. I brought it to. I put it out on social media because
I had feelings. Sorry.
So Melindra, right? These are my points, and I'll go really fast. One, she's better at compulsion than Robin is, right? So if Robin can compulse anybody that comes across him to think that he is Lord what's his face, Gabriel, right? And make them believe that he's been around for 10 years. Who's to say that Grindall can't make the Aiel believe that she was an orphan that they pulled in and let her stay? Now,
The only reason I disagree with that is because Melindra on the show is Melindra and Asindra together.
Okay. Listen, I'm just going through the things. It's not my theory. I'm looking at this to see if it's if it could be plausible.
His level of compulsion is crazy for the Amerlin to say, "It's Gabriel, you dummy," to Leanne, and she's like, Gabriel's good to see you.
But Grindall was even better at it.
Yeah.
Two, she has a tattoo. Even Lan says, Aiel do not get tattoos. Right?
Well, because
it's not their
She
thing.
was already a kid that could grow up and run into the waste.
But she was a kid.
Yeah, but
so you're telling me as a kid she had that giant ass tattoo at that time?
Well, see, no. You know why they did that though, right? You know why they did that?
Yeah, because Matt's
they
not
did that.
there.
No, they did that because of the story of Malkir with Lan and Isam running out, being alone as a kid out into the waste. That's why they did that. They took that from Lan's story.
But I'm just saying, I'm looking at the plausibility. I don't know. I'm at 60%.
No, she is not. She is not.
I'm 60%.
Grindall.
I'm going towards London because there are things from the books that say, remember when Rand at the end of this book, when they were in Ruidian, Rand asked Lanfear, "Who were you, Kylie?" And then she says to him, this body can afford to have just a little bit of fat on it. So she was pretending because Rand thought that if she was anybody, it would be a Syndra, but it wasn't. It was Kylie. So I think I think that London's right about that.
Yeah, and just Grindall. Like, I'm sorry, but it's so clear in the books that, and I don't think they would go from the books this character that much. She's not going out. She's not going out in the sun with sand in her crack all day.
So her characteristics.
There's no damn way that she's going to be uncomfortable.
I agree with you with the characteristics, but somebody I was talking to, because I put this up on Blue Sky, and there was some debate, and they were saying, "Oh well, she doesn't look anything like like Grindall in the books," and I'm like, "Who looks like anybody in the books?"
I don't know. It's not about looking like. It's about the fact that Grindall.
Lion, Sama, the very few though. No, no, she does not.
Grindall is in a palace.
See, to me, she does.
How she is. Like, she's in a palace, she's lounging, she's got pretty people all around her. And she's using compulsion to do the politics, to do whatever to establish herself.
Again, I'm saying not my theory. I'm just trying to
Has Grindall ever gone undercover in the books?
No, well,
yes. Yes. She was the old lady in Natrin's Barrow.
Basine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lady Basine in Natrin's Barrow.
So
but
undercover,
she's still in a palace.
Yeah.
She's still in a palace, waited on by servants. Grindall in the books would never be in the desert ever.
Agreed.
Yes.
So undercover, I threw out the window because they're not doing Mask of Mirrors on the show, really. And I think that's a good choice.
Was it Grindall that appeared to the prophet as Randall Thor, as the Dragon Reborn to kill Piran Erebara?
Yes.
I think
that was the one time I remember she went incognito.
Yeah, but she didn't go. She didn't risk hitting. She didn't risk sand. She didn't risk
Yeah. That's
sand, you guys. Grindall's not doing sand. She's not doing
sand. She's not a beach. She's not a beach girl. Because
when she went, because when Rand blew up Natrin's Barrow, she went to that island and she said it was dank, it was lowly, it was exactly the place where no one would expect her to be.
Yeah.
Listen, I was just trying to make it possible. Now Savannah is another one, but I don't think it's her either. I think Savannah is perfectly Savannah.
Yeah, I think Savannah is Savannah.
Savannah has some of the best POVs in the book.
We have yet to meet her.
Oh no, we haven't met. I don't think we've met her either. I mean, although if it was Melindra, I wouldn't complain.
I would be super mad. I'd be super mad about a Grindall that would hang out in the desert.
Would hang out in the waste. I agree. I think we just got the name drop to kind of appease us a little bit with Semiraj and Grindall, and then we'll see them next season.
Can I ask about a particular character since we're on this topic? You said that she was mentioned. Semiraj was also mentioned.
Yes.
And this particular season, we get a bit of Alviarin.
Correct.
Which is pretty amazing. Any theories on that?
So I tossed the theory and set everyone off. And it might not have been me, but I said that Rima never left Farm, and that's Semirog, and that threw everyone off. But I do think somebody mentioned that Alviarin. Well, to touch on that just a tiny bit is that if everybody's using compulsion and Semirog is very powerful, she's on the same par as Lanfear. It doesn't really mention whether she uses compulsion nicely or whatever, but she could easily alter memories because we never really found out how Rima got back in the tower. We just assume she came back with Elaine. So that was my fun theory. But when Alviarin jumped onto the screen, I also thought, I was like, ooh, maybe.
Jansen, your mic's off.
Maybe that is Semirog in disguise.
I thought about it briefly, but then my brain went, that's too many on the nose kind of things.
That's when you could be right.
I hate when you
it was a wild theory. I don't even know. My brain
no. Think about it. The girls are in Tanchico. The Shanchan come. They look. One of the Damani is Rima. Wait a minute. I thought I saw you in Tarvalin.
The only one we know that saw her in Tarvalin was Nynaeve, right?
Yes. And if she sees her in Tanchico,
Nynaeve and Matt.
Yes, then they'll know
Matt is
that
in Tanchico.
Rima. Then they'll know that Rima is not the real Rima.
Yeah, and then it'll clue us.
What was Semiraj's job in the Age of Legends?
She was a psychologist. No, she was a healer.
Healer. She was the best
Grindall
healer.
was a psychologist.
Yeah,
she was the best healer. The best healer.
And she was in Matt's head.
Yes, she was. Yeah, she was trying to heal Matt's head.
If Rima is, I can follow. Alviarin being Semiraj is not what I was thinking.
Well, the only thing I think about that is that maybe they're merging Semiraj and Masana. Who would have been in the tower
because
anyway.
Somebody was in the. I mean, you got to believe somebody is going to infiltrate the White Tower.
Are the Shanchan still a danger right now? We have not seen them this entire season, right?
Well,
maybe next
see them for a while in the books either.
We've seen her in dreams. We've seen her in dreams.
Maybe they show up in Tyr.
They're gonna show up. They're gonna show up and when we least expect it, just like they do, and they're gonna upset us.
Yes.
Do we see Bail Domon next episode?
And Eganin.
Do we see?
I don't know. I think it's a lot to shove into the last 3 episodes. Just
do we
pulling
see
in
the
characters?
Yeah, there's a lot.
But there is
where Bail Domon is just like their river Uber guy who always shows up. Like I think in Friends they always have. Or no, was it How I Met Your Mother? They have the guy who's always driving them around.
So what is he like, the cabbage guy from like
Avatar?
From Avatar? Yeah.
Not my riverboat.
I actually hope we get Eganin though.
Yeah.
You know,
because I love the idea of that person that's been so propagandized into thinking in a certain way.
Yeah, especially
like
if they
do
like
things
that.
that we would see as like objectively evil, but like they're not an evil person. They're just so filled with propaganda that they can't like see beyond that.
Yeah.
Eganin is that character, and I really hope we get to hang out with her a little
That's
bit.
a great point, London.
Yeah, and I hope they play it that way too.
Go ahead, Tavern.
That would be awesome if they play her that way. That's a great way to look at that.
I was going to say we can get them in this season if they are together already. So Bale and Eganin are already together, and they're at the docks when they pull in to Tanchico.
Yes.
They don't have a huge interaction, but we get a glimpse of them, or we hear them talk, or something, and we'll know they're there to set up for a later thing.
Wouldn't it be cool if like they go running onto a boat, like unlike they did it, like but like in the books not so much, but in the show maybe they could go running onto a boat at the last second. And Domon is there, and we vaguely remember him from previous seasons. And then Aegeanin is there, and we don't really know who she is, but we hear that American accent, and there's like some tattoo or something on her that gives her away. And then it like cuts out off of the scene, and we're like, "Who? What the fuck is going on?"
At which point it would be great because Egwene's not there to freaking immediately kill her.
Right.
Yep.
Or London, maybe even it shows Aegeanin and it just pans down and shows that she has one long fucking fingernail, right?
Am I saying her name wrong?
No,
I think I am. I call her Aegeanin.
I say Aegeanin as well.
All right, I don't know.
Well, I call her Lylwyn, so kiss my ass.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, look at you.
Oh, yeah, but what is it in the old tongue, Jansen?
Bootlicker over here. Yeah, I dead name all the time. Again.
Do you just bow to the Empress? You just let her rename you? Okay.
You can name me anything you want.
What do you guys think of the?
I call her Daddy.
The fodder for Matt's thinking that that Min is wrong, that she's not always right about her viewings. That as soon as they get there, there's a guy hanging from a noose that looks an awful lot like freaking Matt.
Yeah.
By the way, you know who that is, right?
It's not Barney Harris.
No.
Oh,
It's a guy.
That'd be crazy. Oh, that would be the best. That'd be
the
the best.
It's
Oh my
Tom,
God.
You think that's Tom? That's not
the
Tom.
first guy that died in the Two Rivers.
Oh, you
Tom
mean
Maryland.
Will? Will out?
No, because his name was Tom.
Was it?
Yeah.
Tom Al- was it one of the? You think that's the kid that got the axe through the chest?
You think they
It's
dragged
just
him?
the actor. It's the actor.
Okay.
Okay.
Why would they drag his body
I
all
was
the
like,
way
that's
to
disturbing.
Yeah,
If
no.
you took that body and carried it all the way to.
No, I
15
think
just
it's
to
the
hang it
same
up.
actor. I think it's the same actor.
That shit fucked me up. I was like, damn, Jansen, that's sick. That's sick even for the show.
No,
Holy
same actor.
You know, we don't give enough credit to background actors. That's a tough job.
True.
I
Especially
did it
in-
for years.
Yeah.
I did it for 2 days, and I lost my shit, and I became
Years.
a real diva about it. And then I said I was going home.
Oh yeah, you
I've
get
always-
always get that. Yeah, I mean, well, dude, people ask me, like, well, what's it like to be a background actor? I was like, well, it's kind of like being black in the 50s. You can't eat here, but you can eat here. You can't go here,
Yeah.
but you can go here. You can't talk to this person, but you can talk to this person.
Oh
You
my
can't get in
God.
this bus, but you can get in this bus. Pretty much.
It's so weird.
You can't
I
eat
was
this
a
food.
background actor, and the first day I was in this stupid ass movie, and I ended up with a line. So the first day I was in it, I was treated like a background actor.
I was
Then the
just a background
director
actor
gave
last
me
week.
the line. So then the second day I got a little room in a trailer.
Yep,
Yeah.
And,
you got a
and
co-star
meal
role.
because I said 10 words,
Co-star.
and the whole time
You're a
I
star.
just wanted to go home. It was so early. They make you show up before the
It
sun
is
comes
a
up.
rough job.
London, do you remember your lines?
Yeah, I said, I remember you. You shit yourself last time. It was a Jonah Hill movie.
Academy Award.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, I was sold.
I believe
I've
it.
only ever been on one TV show, and I was like Dr. G Medical Examiner. I was one of the freaking detectives. I didn't get to say shit,
Dude,
but it was fun.
If you saw the get up that I just had to wear for the film that I just did, man, my goodness, man. I had to wear leather stilettos all the way up to my ass, and I had to wear a onesie, dude.
What the hell?
Did you really? That's wonderful.
That's amazing.
I swear to God, I did, man. Yeah, I swear.
I was on
I mean,
TV
I
one
wear
time.
If I had the picture, I'd post it, but I
live,
don't.
so-
I can't. I don't know how to put it on there, but I'd show you. Man.
I was on TV one time. It was kind of a drag. I went to someone's house and then someone popped out. He's like, "Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. I'm from To Catch a Predator." I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna lose my job.
Yeah,
Oh darn."
you don't want that, man.
I've never
Oh
been
my
on
goodness.
TV, but I did make out with a guy who won a Tony Award. So,
That's
That's something.
a thing. That's a
That's
thing.
something.
That's amazing.
That's you were on your way to an EGOT. Is that its own EGOT?
On my
That's
way
right.
to something. Yes. That's how I get awards.
Matt's dream had me tearing up.
Mhm.
Because we know that his mom is dead. The last thing that we know that she said to him is like, "You're just like him, a prick." He drank the tea and was tripping on his mom, and he dreams of her saying, "I'm so proud of you." He's like, "Hey girls, you're never gonna sleep on the floor again. Look at the sword; it's parent mark." And his mom's dead. His mom died earlier that episode, so this scene will never happen for Matt. And I got a little emotional over the whole thing. Yeah.
I got a lot emotional because we're in Matt's dream. So this is Matt's perception of his sisters and his mother. And his perception of his mother, even though we've seen her in real life and whatever,
She's
his
beautiful.
perception of her, she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
She's gorgeous, she's complete, she's whole, she's healed, and she's proud of him. And so that, I mean, I burst into tears. It was too much. So I just thought that was so beautifully done and just excellent work by those actors.
It's also a good way to close a chapter, but it's going to, because it's a very risky move. Considering the later Matt finds out about it, we know his character arc. There's going to be a point in the books, at least, if Matt finds that the White Cloaks did this to his mom, you just wipe him out off the face of the earth, like very quickly. He would. So either Perrin's going to handle that for him. I don't know how they're going to work that.
That or Matt's going to end up with like an arc that like. Because Perrin hasn't really dealt with, like... I mean, in this version, he legitimately did kill a White Cloak in front of the White Cloak's son. And Perrin feels guilty about that because it was kind of a fucked up thing that happened. Like, the dude was getting attacked by an actual wolf at the time. And didn't have it coming. Right, like I feel like we all feel that. Yeah,
he was a good dude. We will say that he was a decent dude.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't deserve to die.
He was definitely
weren't they? I mean, it was like in the middle of a battle, though.
It was in the middle of the battle, but Perrin, unlike in the books where like they felt like they were gonna be attacked, Perrin lost his shit because Hopper attacked in a battle. And then Hopper died, and then Perrin lost his shit. So there's a little bit more moral gray area in the show than there is in the books, where it's like he kind of did murder that guy that was being attacked by an actual fucking wolf and defended himself, killed the wolf, and then got murdered by a person. So I think that like, but it's possible that Matt's storyline could kind of go in the direction that Perrin's does, in a way, where it's like Perrin is always kind of running from the White Cloaks, but maybe Matt has the resentment that Perrin has in the books.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everyone's staring at me like I'm in.
No. I hear what you're saying.
I'm following it in my mind.
I always associate Perrin with the White Cloaks. I don't associate Matt with the White Cloaks so much. I guess is where I'm struggling with that comparison.
But they didn't murder his mom before, and now they did. So
right. So I wonder if they're going to take because in the books they slaughtered Perrin's family, and I wonder if they're replacing that with Natty Cauthon's death and kind of using that as an emotional tie.
Thank you, because in the show, Perrin's family got away. Matt did not.
Yeah, it was kind of screwed up. I didn't like. It's not that I didn't like it. I just thought it was weird that they were okay with certain forms of violence, but then Perrin's family survives. That we've never seen on screen. But it makes sense though because we have an investment in Natty Cauthon. Nobody's ever seen the Ibaras, so why bring them into this all of a sudden?
Right.
So,
and that's a crazy story arc for Natty to have.
Yeah.
Right. As she sacrificed herself for her daughters. But
it's a cool story arc.
But she was not liked for a long time.
I can't wait to see more Tanchico.
I don't know if so, and I could be completely wrong about this. I don't know that the fans. Oh, that's
Oh, there's Jansen.
Jansen fit right in the streets of Tanchico.
Oh,
I don't know that the fans dislike Natty Cauthon as much as they dislike what the show did to Natty Cauthon. Because I wasn't upset at the character, but I was upset that the fact that the Cauthons were turned into these POSs. That fucking bothered me.
Well, she didn't have really any use in the book.
No, I'm not saying I know why they did it on the show. I just didn't like it.
No, I mean, it made me. Yeah, I didn't like it either, actually, and I think that's exactly why they did it.
Well, here's also, we're getting the Cauthons from the point of view of people who like them, right? We're getting him from Rand, we're getting him from Matt and Perrin and whatnot. But the Cauthons, in my head, are like the Coplans and Congers. They're the C letter freaking last name. They don't have the L in front. They don't have an A. Like, it's they're second class as far as I'm concerned, like the way that the Copland talk. But Perrin doesn't acknowledge it because Matt's his friend. But I think I think everyone else refers to the Coplands in bad terms. I mean, he's a horse trader. That's not. I mean, what do? You don't want people. The Two Rivers don't want people in their place, and yet he's trading horses with whom? With
I just realized.
No one's coming in.
Well,
anyway,
I've never seen it that way.
You know what? I never saw it that way either, but I also just realized another thing that they just did for the show. They just gave Abel Cauthon the greatest story arc and redemption story ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's going to kill Volda.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That way Matt doesn't have to.
Well, but wait, who's going to kill who?
Volda.
Valda, Matt, they don't. In
Matt's
the book,
father.
No,
that's how Valda doesn't die. In
I
the book,
know, but in the show.
Yeah, no, this is a whole new
the show.
But do you think, are you talking about during this battle?
I think the Battle of the Two Rivers is very possible Volda gets taken out right now by Abel Cauthon.
And
I would love that.
I would love it. I'd be fine.
I would love it.
I don't need.
Abel and Tam come into the story at this time.
Yeah,
they are very useful at this time. Natty wasn't really used. Now, there was a reason for the girls to stay alive because of their what happens to them later.
Yeah.
But when they started the show, at the start of the books, Abel Cauthon was not the person that he was in the show. He needs some kind of redemption story, and this is the best way to do it, I think. And Matt didn't come to his family's defense in the books either. So, Perrin did that for him. And so I think that Perrin's going to be the one that brings Abel and Tam into the fold.
And Natty had an arc. She very quickly sacrificed herself for her children.
Yes, she did.
She quick-wittedly said, "No, that was me. I did that."
Yes, she did.
Having to see her child channeling, keep her composure, and say, "I did that," and thereby getting, I guess, roasted. Yep.
I love also the actress Juliet Howard has been interacting with some of us and just kind of touching base on people who are commenting on that scene. So I just really love the way that she's doing that and how the actors sometimes dip into the fandom and say hello.
If instead of the girls, if it was Matt behind her and the same thing happened, would she have defended Matt the way she defended Bode?
I don't think she would have had to.
No,
I think we would have seen Matt. I think we would have seen Matt raise to the occasion, and he would have gotten the maybe I'm proud of you, or maybe she would have given a different look.
And this is the sole reason why Perrin went back to the Two Rivers, even in the books, and not Matt. Matt would have just wiped them out. Matt would have taken the White Cloaks and said, "Kiss my ass, fuck you, you're dead." And so would have Rand. Rand would have destroyed them too.
Yeah.
So Fist, American flag. Fine.
Yeah. Gosh, are we going to see fireworks?
We saw fireworks.
We have seen fireworks.
Are we going to see fireworks in the use of what we know that they're?
I think that'll come later.
Because when is there going to be a hole in the Stone of Tyr?
Maybe.
That's what I thought you were talking about with technology earlier.
No,
but then you were like, "Oh, traveling." Okay, no.
Yeah, is there going to be a hole in the Stone of Tyr, or instead of a balefire hole through the museum and the Panarch's palace or wherever they hold shit, is it going to be explosives?
Listen, I'm telling you, I think we are going to get it. I think that this season, yet another prediction for this season of all the shit that we're saying is going to happen. I think we get a certain fez-hatted stick man this season that will continue with Matt.
What? No way. We're getting a thief catcher?
I think we're getting a thief catcher. At least an introduction to a thief catcher.
Because he needs to make it back to tier.
Yep.
Interesting.
All right,
Good
I waited
idea.
too long.
Very good, my friend.
Do we know what next episode is entitled?
The shadow.
I can tell you I have I had that open.
I can tell you right now.
What about the shadow? The
I
shadow.
tried to look it up and I couldn't find it.
Shadow in the ghost.
I've already got it open, but
The shadow in the night.
All right, anyways, while you guys are looking, this scene with
it doesn't say it
Hopper,
here.
sit, boo boo, sit, good doggy, very much upsetting to me.
Okay,
Don't eat the embers.
Very upsetting to me.
this is the only thing I cried at during this friggin' episode.
Yeah, I loved it.
So
The
is
moment-
Perrin making an axe?
Yes.
Yes, and I believe that he's going to continue to be making one too.
I'm sorry,
like-
Taverin. I didn't mean to step on you.
No. That is an axe, and of course this is a dream. But I think since he's dreaming about making the axe, that he's literally going to make the axe. Which,
Yep,
yeah,
which makes sense.
yeah.
It makes
also-
sense.
I also think it's interesting that Fael is helping him in the smithy, which is what his wife normally did, and so it's a kind of a lean in on she's
He
gonna be the
just
one.
met her. He just met her, guys.
So
Corn
the next
boy.
episode, episode 7 or episode 6 is called "The Shadow in the Night."
The
So
shadow.
we're
in
going
the
to be
night.
seeing a lot of things with
Yeah.
the dark forces,
Yeah.
and the movements of them.
We're also going to
Gideon.
think a lot of the wolf.
Gideon.
Yes, I believe you're right. And then, so the last two, episode 7 is called "Golden Eyes,"
Oh,
which is
Ooh, 007.
is the chapter, in
so good.
the Shadow Rising.
Was it chops
And-
only?
Yeah, and then the episode 8 is called "He Who Comes with the Dawn."
Taishar.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice.
So we
Well,
got 3.
yeah.
Well,
the Shadow in the Night, and I have a good feeling about the Shadow in the Night.
Yeah.
A really, really, really good feeling.
Well, anything with the Forsaken makes me happy.
if we were to rate this episode on a scale of 1 being horrible and 10 being the best, where would you put this? We'll start with you, Dad Swain.
That's tough. I think coming off of the Ruidian episode, you're on this high, and this was a good decompression episode, and it wasn't flat to me. So I would go in like the mid 8s, like 8.5.
Mm-hmm. What do you say, London?
I agree. I think that, I mean, there were people that kind of like the Ruidian episode was just like a fever dream. But we can't have that all the time.
No.
That's just silly. So yeah, I would like an 8.5 because it was an episode where we got a lot of necessary exposition that maybe is a little bit less action packed and a little bit less fun, but it's also necessary for us to kind of continue on our journey. And also the sea folk Windfinder weaves make for all of everything. It was beautiful. So,
Teleran Round is supposed to be a very important part of this series. So I'm glad, and I liked how it was done, right? Where she popped into armor and then popped back out, and we kind of got those glimpses of what we got in the book, right?
Well, and I think we saw how important this is going to be, and I hope that we see more with Perrin when it comes to that. But it sounds like we will, and so yeah. But I would give it like an 8.5 as an episode, but that's just because the episode before it was just so spectacular that it's kind of
Taverin, let me ask you, and actually answer the question as well, whether we think that there's going to be a wolf dream per se?
All right. So one, you want the rating?
The rating.
Listen, I know that we got a lot. My top episode right now is 4 and 1 are pretty close. This to me, and it's gonna suck, is more like a 7, only because although they did a decent job with Tel'aran'rhiod, I was expecting so much more, which is sad because we got quite a bit, but I was expecting more of Tel'aran'rhiod. I mean, I remember Rafe saying, "Oh, we have this one episode where everything's top, all this and that and the other," and I don't know. I like the stuff outside of Tel'aran'rhiod more than I like the stuff in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I'm being honest, and then as far
what
as
would you have changed? Hold on, real fast. What would you have changed as far as Tel'aran'rhiod? Because I struggle with how I would portray it.
No, the visual aspects of it, spot on. It was just that it was too forced, too fast, too we got Nynaeve's. I'll use this as an example. We got Nynaeve going through the arches. We got Egwene stepping into the arches. We got Elaine. Here's your ring, right? We never even saw her arches, and so they've been kind of pushing it. And I think with Tel'aran'rhiod, somebody mentioned it earlier. She's trying too much too soon. Boom, boom, and she went from this. And I know that time has passed on the show, but visually, it was like baby steps, half marathon, right? And yeah, and that's why. So I think maybe taking a little bit more time for Tel'aran'rhiod, I think would have been kind of interesting. And as far as the Wolf Dream, I think I don't know if we're gonna get the Wolf Dream because people might confuse it.
We are.
Yeah, are gonna confuse it, right? 1, so 2, we already have Egwene doing dream walking. For Perrin to do it, I think Perrin is just going to be a communicative thing at distance. I don't think we're going to get the Wolf Dream as we've pictured it in the books or in our minds.
I think it's going to look different, but I think it's going to look different to him and Elias.
London, we seen Lord Luke. Are we going to get Slayer?
Yeah. The Wolf Dream is
Tel'aran'rhiod,
right? So why
is.
wouldn't if there's a episode called Yellow Eyes coming up or Golden Eyes, whatever. Sorry, yellow.
It's right.
It's like he doesn't have alcoholism.
Jaundiced.
But if there's an episode called that, why wouldn't they touch on the fact that it is Tel'aran'rhiod in that episode? I guess. Because they've already said that it has nothing to do with channeling. They made a point of that, by the way. So
we didn't find out in the books. We didn't find out exactly in the books until a little later that Tel'aran'rhiod and the Wolf Dream were the exact same place.
Right.
So
I call it two different things.
I felt like we knew because
we knew. We did know. But I think that when they look at it through Perrin's eyes, it's going to be a different place because of the way that they do POVs on this show.
Oh, sure. Okay. So it'll be more. It'll have a different feel because he's got like wolf senses.
Exactly.
But,
yeah.
And they would have to literally call it Tel'aran'rhiod, right? Because if not, they'll confuse the shit out of show only people. Just like there was some confusion even with episode 4, which was incredible, with Rand going back in time, through his DNA, and some people were confused because Rand. Here's all his ancestors. Where's the Dragon Reborn? Where's Lews Therin? And so people were getting confused about that.
That is true. But it's sorry. It's super easy for all that needs to be done for that kind of exposition is for Egwene to say, "Do you ever see men in the dream?" Well, Bear says, "Well, we've seen some men, but they call it the Wolf Dream." Boom.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Egwene and Perrin, they don't meet in the dream. Well, they meet in the dream like on accident that one time, but they don't meet in the dream in the books until a bit later. Just have them meet in the dream earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and then we know they're
Egwene
doing
thinks
that.
she's spying on him, and Perrin's like, "Hey, Egwene, what the hell are you doing?"
Remember, he was the first one to meet Brigitte.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He was the first one to meet Brigitte.
Well, let me ask the question again. Do you think that Lord Luke will be Slayer?
Yes.
Okay.
TAVERN,
you said no?
No. I can see it. I can see it because we've seen Lanfear and Selene, right? And the two sides to that. We've seen Robin and Gabriel, kind of. Although Robin and Gabriel's a bad example because they're the same goddamn person. He's not even hiding. Right. But to take Lord Lukewarm and turn him into Slayer would be freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I would pay to see that.
I want to see
that dude is like Melba Toast.
Melba Toast.
Melba Toast.
I know.
We've seen very little of him.
So do I get to rate this episode?
Yes, please, Jansen.
Best for last.
So I have a little bit of a different rating than everyone else.
Oh God.
Someone asked me, what do I want from this whole series? You know what I want? I want the Wheel of Time. And when I'm talking about the Wheel of Time, I'm talking about everything. Robert Jordan gave us such a vast world of cultures, of different things, of new things to look, that was one of the greatest things to read, was what we were going to find in each city, in each place. So I love the fact that we got to see the Sea Folk. I love the fact that we got to see their culture, and we got to see the opposite of their culture with the Aiel. I love how they did that contrast. So I have to, because I am such a fan of the books, and because I, just like London and just like some of us who have been in other things, I am an actor. I know what these guys went through for this. This episode gets a 9 from me.
Okay.
Wow.
You got everything. I got so many things I wanted to see. I was entertained from the beginning to the end. It was what I got what I wanted. I was way more not disappointed than I was about small things that I didn't see.
I can see that. I mean, like I said, when I said I like the stuff outside of TAVERN Red better than in, it was like the surprise stuff, like Maxim killing a scene.
Yeah, killing it.
Fucking
Killed it.
Seeing Fael beat the shit out of people with such ease.
Seeing Nynaeve hurling in a corner is funny as hell to me.
It's the small stuff, the wind finders, right? It's that kind of stuff. In Tel'aran'rhiod, it was cool. But again, I would have loved to have seen the introduction of somebody acknowledging or seeing Egwene in the dream, just to set that up. Yeah.
Well, we did.
Well,
Lanfear.
How cool would it have been? How cool would it have been if
I was talking about
somehow
Elaine
Hopper
and
interacted with Egwene and was
Yeah,
like,
that
"They
would
hit you
be
strong."
Not yet.
Something.
We can't have that yet.
Yeah, maybe not yet. I agree.
Yeah, because
She's
she's
still new.
That was Perrin dreaming about Hopper, not
Because you
Hopper.
remember, Perrin gets better than all of them in Tel'aran'rhiod. So,
Yeah, he does.
he masters it.
Well,
I will say
Perrin-
if so.
Perrin
Oh,
gets
go ahead.
so good. Sorry.
No, please start over.
Well, Perrin gets so good because he doesn't have any other power, right?
Yeah, and he also has a better teacher.
Yeah, he has somebody. Can you imagine? Like, I have dogs. Can you imagine if your dog could tell you how to smell shit? Like smell things and find stuff in the environment.
Yeah,
like they would, because I feel like they think we're.
I might have to quote you on that one day, baby.
My dog barks incessantly at every other dog that barks by, and I would love to see what my dog is seeing. Like, this.
Well, that's such a good point, because even in the books, Hopper is confused. All the wolves are confused how the humans can't distinguish Aes Sedai from regular people. Like, to them, it's like a white horse and a bunch of brown horses. Like, they can just tell. So there's a lot that the wolves, I think, can do. And maybe the Wolf brothers, can tap into, which makes them a much better teacher for Tel'aran'rhiod.
The final dream that Egwene slips into is Rand's, and this is the danger of being a voyeur, right? You may not like what you see.
He's dead.
I get, you know what? I can't control my subconscious. Again, I could be standing in front of my third grade class trying to give a book report while naked and everyone's laughing. This could happen. I could also be attracted to a centaur and snuggling with a unicorn or whatever. Who knows what my dream is doing? And Egwene was really upset by seeing Lanfear, obviously. However, Rand has autonomy over his dreams and can dream whatever the fuck he wants, right, guys?
Yeah, but I think Lanfear was actually there because she is a master of the world of dreams, and also the way that she kind of was like, "La, la, la, hi, Egwene," la, 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 like that. I think she knew what was going on. She was the only one really that saw Egwene in any of those sequences.
Yeah, that's true. And I asked for a poll in our private chat, guys, if you guys want to get into that fight, because that's been a big fight, and that is whether Rand dream hookup is cheating or not.
Nope.
Yeah.
People have been losing their shit over that.
Yeah.
We've all shagged someone in our dreams that we weren't.
I was going to say,
right?
if that's considered cheating, what the hell is the spank reel for? I mean,
Yeah, but none of us are walking around lucid dreaming now.
No, okay, we've all woken up from. We've all been in it. You've all been in a dream where you're like, oh man, it's like a dream, like right, where you like you're like playing a Nintendo or something, but as yourself.
Oh, totally. But none of us wake up in the dream and said, okay, I'm in a dream. So since I'm in this dream, I'm going to do some shit I'm not supposed to do right now and go do it and have a whole lot of fun. And I'm going to get away with it because it's a dream.
You don't dream the same way I do.
If I had that power, I would.
I'm
Get out of my head,
having one of those
Jensen.
tonight.
Yeah.
This guy totally does that, right?
yeah, he does that. When time does that.
Those are 12
guy
and a
lives
half,
the dream.
man. Dude, I couldn't walk. I thought I was crippled after that, man. I was almost for 12 hours, man. It was. I thought I had to go. I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital.
You
That's
could kill a
crazy.
man with those boots.
I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital. I didn't even know.
Calves
That
are
is the most
on fire.
painful thing I've ever. My God.
Yeah,
I
it's
think Max is
unnatural.
correct. Max
So
is
like lower back or upper back?
Lower back, my calves, everything was jacked up, man.
Yeah.
Knees.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
We've
never
all
worn
had
heels,
those,
right?
We've all had
Yeah.
those weird dreams. I don't want anyone.
No. Yeah, God forbid. I was
I
born
think-
with size 12s.
Yeah,
You were.
dude. I
That
believe
that
you.
was what it couldn't get out. Your
Yeah.
big feet.
Yeah.
What do you got now?
Tragic.
What are you like 16?
Me? No. I wear 14. I wear 13, 14.
Okay, jeez.
Well, you always
For-
have
for
to
each
go
wait
up
for each
to get into
mustache
heel.
part.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You wear
Yeah.
shoes like a
Left and right.
mustache?
Whatever your shoe size is for men, you go 2 up, and that would be a comfortable heel for you. I've heard.
That's
Yeah,
I think
size
it's like
16 heels.
One up.
16.
Is it just one?
It's just
I
one.
think London just one upped you.
Yeah, mine were
No, I don't
super
mean that,
tight.
but like if it's the same for women, it would be like with women. It's
No,
about
we weren't
half
saying
size
well. We
up
were
for
saying
you.
well because of the pun.
Yeah, just a shoe size. It might also be regular women's shoes versus drag queen shoes. I don't know. It's not.
Oh wait, aren't they the
They're
same?
the
Okay,
same
now I'm
brand.
really
Everyone
confused.
like strippers and drag queens.
Mhm.
They all wear pleasers. It's the exact
Right.
same brand of shoes.
Right.
And for strippers, you go like a half size up. For
Okay.
women, I think for like men, maybe you go like one whole size up.
Because I'm a size 10, and then I wear a size 12 heel.
Do you
sometimes.
really?
Yeah.
I was in a 12 and a half or a 13 heel.
But it could be. It could be also because my feet are a little wider, so I need a little bit more space.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
probably. Yeah, I do that with my military boots as well.
Are we talking in code right
But
now?
but I have a question.
No.
Hey, Tavern, no,
Get out of
don't
here.
ask, don't
Oh,
tell.
sorry. Never mind. I just wanted to know if there really is such a thing as drag queen shoes and stripper shoes. Like,
It's-
is there a difference, or is it?
It's what
No, they're the
London.
same.
It's what London said. Yeah.
Yeah, what are they called? Comforts? What'd you say?
No,
No,
pleasers.
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 That's a brand,
You have,
right?
You have
It's
a
like a-
couple brands. You have
I've
pleasers.
never heard of
and
none of
Ellie
this before in my
are
life,
the
man.
big brand.
It's
That's
a
why I'm
performance-
confused that they
yeah,
would have
it's like a
different
performance
shoes.
heel. So it's. I would
A
say it's more of a
performance heel?
No,
Yeah.
for real, because like you have your regular heels that you wear for business or casual or whatever,
Mhm.
and then you have these sort of very exaggerated, heels that they'll wear for shows and performances and things.
Oh, okay. When
But-
you said performance heel, I thought
But
like
like-
it was ergodynamic.
But like,
and...
yeah,
like,
a dance
lost.
heel for like
Mhm.
hoes and drag queens is
Yes.
like it's like you have
Which
you
are
have a
sometimes
very
the same
tall, you have a very tall heel, but then you also have a very tall platform so that your foot is still kind of at like a
Mm.
normal angle.
Oh, so you're
Instead
not
of
steep.
super exaggerated.
Yeah, you're not like that.
So like
They
Yeah.
kind
in
like
my- in my
Frankenstein
stripper-
heels.
Yeah.
Right, I have 9-inch stripper heels, but I could probably run sprints down the street on them.
Right.
Where like a regular stiletto, I couldn't. But it's because the actual angle of your foot isn't that extreme with the platform.
See, this is all brand new information.
Well, I'm happy to be here for no reason.
I mean, I freaking love learning new shit. This is blowing my mind. All right, I didn't know there was that much into that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there's that much into everything, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
That's why drag queens are so tall.
Ryan, you would look so ferocious in heels. You would be.
Holy shit!
You would look so ferocious.
Dude, he'd be taller than Shaquille O'Neal, dude.
Ginormous.
Yeah.
Everyone
hell
looks
yeah.
good in heels.
Everyone looks big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! I'm already banging my fucking head on shit all day.
It's been wonderful with you guys tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for everyone for joining us. We are talking about the show every Sunday until it ends, and then we have Jordan Con. We're gonna do stuff there. London, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything you want to plug or anything you want to tell people?
Not really.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared for that question. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, no, it's just say no. I love your Blue Sky account. I'm glad that the Lord Commander London is keeping everyone in check. Dad Swain TAVERN, is there you do clothes and stuff, you do designs.
I do designs. I actually just put up between yesterday and today, I put up 2 new designs. One is Control plus Z equals Balefire. And then I created a mountain home design, which is a blue field with a red eagle, and it says mountain home across the top. They're on my Redbubble TAVERN Tavern store.
Yes.
There you go.
Scrolling down on the bottom there.
Jansen, what are you? You're
Well,
the
if you're in
most
Los
busy guy I've
Angeles-
ever known.
If you're in Los Angeles this April 6th, there is a sneak preview of the film that I just showed you a picture from called Swing Time that I am the star of. And it will be playing as sneak preview at the Norris Cinema Theater here in LA.
Hey-o.
When is that?
This April 6th, but it'll be put out for some festivals and stuff later. I'll be able to send some of you guys some stuff to close friends of mine, and you'll be able to check out some scenes and stuff like that.
Swing Time.
Swing Time, yeah. It was good. But on to the next project, I just if you're in LA this summer in June for the LA Fringe, I am doing 3 performances on the opening night, the middle night, and the third night. And prime time on the big theater, we'll be in front of everybody. So it's a little nervous. There's going to be some big people there watching, but I'm excited. So it should be.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited,
Really
for you, and I live vicariously through your endeavors.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and your feet pain.
Dad Swain.
I just want to be a clapper in your life.
Yeah, that. Jansen wakes up and he says, "And action."
I swear to God, if there's a video of you doing that,
All day, every day, man.
I'm
All
gonna
day,
love
every day. Got to keep working, keep going, keep doing it, keep grinding, man.
Dad Swain, is there anything you want to tell our friends here?
I love you. And I actually have started doing I don't know, I guess I would call them reactions to the episodes. I just haven't put them up on my YouTube yet. And I will be finishing up the last episode, which we just talked about, and kind of like bombing my YouTube with 5 episodes of reactions. So I will find the link to that and send it to you guys.
Yeah, awesome. And we will put it in our Discord, and I
Love.
will like and subscribe to everything.
Excellent.
Guys, this has been fun. I love talking about this show right now. The show is fun. It wasn't so fun last year to me, but it's super fun now. So here we go. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week, and see us on Tuesday where we have our first time readers. We are talking. We're Towers of Midnight. We're halfway through Towers of Midnight. So
Excellent. Yeah,
we're digging.
Awesome.
And let's end everyone. Run for your lives. This is the way of the Leaf. We're gonna end with a quick promo from the one and only
Oh, yes.
Kate Sai. She started a channel called Watch Brats with Emma Howley, Matt Stagger, and Mistress Dovey.
Did some of our favorite movies from the 80s age like a ripe banana? Probably, but we're going to talk about it anyways, so get ready to dive into the raddest decade in film history. Introducing Watch Brats. Watch Brats. Watch Brats, your new go-to place for everything 80s cinema. Come join myself, Matt Stagger, Emma Howley, and the lovely Mistress Dovey every fourth Saturday of the month as we dive into the classics, the cults, and everything in between. So grab your popcorn, hit subscribe, and come get bratty with Watch Brats. Yeah, I have to make a theme song for this. Watch Brats. Come get bratty with Watch Brats. What the fuck? Let's do that again.